What's up, guys? Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everybody. If you are catching the replay on YouTube, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Share the video. Today, we are going to be talking about Black and Brown solidarity. Does Black and Brown solidarity exist? It's supposed to be do. I put an E there. Do Black people need solidarity with other communities to flourish? Now, this video has been making its rounds. I did a reaction video to this. You guys can check it out. Everybody that's coming up in here, make sure you double tap the screen. So it says the NAACP panelist, which they said that he was a president for the Ohio chapter. And they say that he basically said that we need more numbers. There's strength in numbers. And we need Black and Brown solidarity to flourish. Hey, Leia. Yeah, so I want to know what y'all think about this. Thank you, Miss Lady. I want to know what y'all think about this. Do y'all agree that we need Black and Brown solidarity in order to flourish? And why are they pushing this on us? Why? I mean, have they not seen what's been going on in these comment sections? Have they not seen the quote unquote brown community, which I don't even know why we even call them brown, because they're not. We're Black people, the so-called Black people are different variations of brown. I'm brown. Those people are not brown skinned people. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down, but anyways, or even calling them people of color. I just think it's another way to co-opt our likeness, because when Walter Plecker reclassified Indian people that were already here, one of the classifications was colored people. During Jim Crow, we saw signs that said for colored people, colored only. Now all of a sudden these other ethnic groups are people of color. It just seems like at every turn people have literally been stealing our identity. That's another story for another day. But the fact that he got up there and had the nerve to say, I'm going to play it for you guys. I'm going to play the audio when a little more of you all come in the room. But hopefully you'll be able to hear it, because the audio was kind of low. They need us. I say this all the time. They look white. Hello. Thank you. But they are not Black? What? I don't understand what you're saying. I didn't get it. Love Jones correction. Correction about what? What you correcting me on? What are you correcting me on? Thank you, Cece. So I wanted to talk about this because the lady's name, her name was Angel Martinez, right? That went on a rant about how she can't stand and how she HATE Black people, the woman that worked for the HPD, for the Houston Police Department. And everybody and their mother, I did not know there was so many goddamn Hispanics on this app. Every moment and every opportunity they got, they said, we stand with Angel. Is her name Angel? I keep feeling like that's not her name. Y'all know I be butchering people's names. I don't know these people and I don't really give a damn. But for the sake of the content, what is her name? The lady, the Mexican lady that went on a rant about racial profiling Black people and talking about how she can't stand Black people and she would arrest us whenever she gets the chance. Ashley, thank you. I kept saying Angel. God damn, I even said Angel. What's up? I even said Angel in my dang on commentary. It's all right. It's going to be all right. Because you know what? I don't give a damn. Angel Gonzalez, Ashley Martinez, it's all a goddamn same. Anyways, all of the I stand with Ashley comments that I've seen underneath videos that don't even have anything to do with anything against Latino people has been diabolical. The things, the nasty videos that I've been seeing Latino people make about the Black American community has been absolutely diabolical. And you know, a lot of us be like, dang, well, what the hell did we do? And then the stuff that's coming out with the Chinese people and how they doing the Natasha doll and torturing a black baby doll. And it's just disgusting. And now I'm seeing this trial with this Asian guy that owned a gas station. Him and his son chased down, I believe his name was Darius. He was a 14-year-old young black kid that went in there. They thought he was stealing. He didn't steal anything. He ran away because they started chasing him, and they powed him in the goddamn back. The Chow family. They powed this young teenage boy in the back. Come to find out, he did not even steal anything from these people. And I'm just like, what the hell do we need with solidarity from other communities that has literally been nothing more than a buffer class for the white supremacists, that has done nothing but denigrate, exploit, and usurp resources from our community, that has done nothing but be as racist as these pale-faced people. What do we gain from having a black and brown solidarity? Now, I want y'all to come up here and tell me what you all think about this, because I am really confused as to why this man would get his funky ass up on the stage. Why would he get up there and say, we need them in order to flourish? We need them because it is strength in numbers. What is going on? What is going on? What's wrong with the prompt? Because it says DOE. I know. The prompt said, does black and brown solidarity exist? It's supposed to say, do black people need solidarity with other communities to flourish? What's the problem? What's the problem? T goes, this is why we need to remove all non-FBA sources from my community for our children. Yeah, and you know what's crazy? I never even heard nothing about that. I didn't hear nothing about that case. It happened 3 years ago in 2023. I never heard anything about it. Like, maybe it's because of the state that it happened in, you know. I heard absolutely nothing about it, but me seeing his son, Mr. Chow's son, on the stand blatantly lying, like the lawyer was like, hey, was he running away from you or running to you? He's like, oh, I don't know. What you mean you don't know? Was he running toward you? No, I wouldn't say he was. Like, I think that the son probably did it and the father covered up. I saw somebody else say that. And I was like, that makes absolute sense, because why? And then they lied and said that he had a firearm. It's just not, this is just not okay. And I'm tired of us lying, getting lied to that these people are in solidarity with us, or that they even want to be in community with us. Just because they have proximity to our black dollars does not mean that they want to be in community with us or in solidarity with us. They only want that when they need us to strengthen their numbers and to help with whatever cause they're fighting against. And I saw a video of a Latino man saying, oh, of course I would adopt a black baby. Why wouldn't I want to have my own personal slave? And I meant to stitch that. I couldn't find the original video. It was another Latino man. They both seemingly Mexican, speaking on, like, reacting to it. And I was like, this is absolutely disgusting. And the other Latino man was like, oh, why would you get on the internet and say things like this about the black community and then cry and say, why aren't they helping us with these ice cream truck raids? And I know Latinos will get up here and lie and say, oh, we never asked for help. That's a blatant lie. But me personally, I have multiple videos on my page of Latinos crying up and down the goddamn internet streets about black people not standing in solidarity with them. Yet some of them will get on the internet and say they will adopt a black baby because who wouldn't want their own personal slave? This is the type of energy that we've been getting from other communities. And I didn't know it was this bad until I started seeing them like really pop it on the internet. Like I would hear stuff in real life, but people are not that bold in real life. And I can't stand when people say things like, oh, that's just the internet. That's just the internet. I'm a real ass bitch and I'm on the internet. Majority of y'all are real ass people on the internet. I mean, some of y'all, I don't know what y'all look like from a can of fucking paint. I would walk right by you and wouldn't know a motherfucking thing because y'all real mysterious these days. But for the most part, y'all ain't bots. Y'all are actual people. The internet is comprised of actual people. AI is people. So internet, who's on the internet? It's actual people, real people on the internet with real opinions, real ideas, real ideologies, and real thoughts. So to try to just chalk it up to, oh, this is just the internet, baby, we are real people on the internet. Real people created the internet, and real people make the internet thrive. And a lot of people also get on the internet with their actual face showing, saying disgusting things about black people for absolutely no reason. Now, you can ask them, well, what have black people done to you? What did black people do? And they say, oh, black on black crime. Well, how does that affect you? Oh, black people commit most of the crime, 50% of the crime, 13% of the population. That is some BS. First of all, black people literally, is the word exonerated? What's the word? What's the word I'm looking for? Where they get arrested, but they get released at a higher rate than anybody else because they're falsely accused of crimes. What's the word, y'all? Anyways, y'all know what I'm talking about. Arrest, not conviction. Exactly. Exonerated. Okay, so that's the right word. All right, thank you. At a higher rate than anybody else because they're falsely accused more than anybody else. They're over-policed. We're over-policed. So for them to try to skew those statistics and put that out there knowing damn well white people have been running amok in this goddamn country since before it was even created is diabolical. But they will say, oh, that's the reason I don't like them. What does that have to do with you? A lot of these people are not even in community or in close proximity to black people daily for them to have such a gripe with black people. Oh, well, y'all are loud and ghetto. Well, how often are you around a loud ghetto black woman? Oh, when I go to Walmart. Well, how often do you go to Walmart every day, 24/7? Do you live in Walmart? A lot of these people don't have no real reason. They make up lies. They make up lies. Ask them, why do you have such a gripe with black people? And watch they tell you something that black people are doing amongst and to themselves. Oh, a baby mama culture. There are more single white mothers in the country. There's married single mothers from every ethnic group. And just because you're legally married doesn't mean that your life is magically better and your man is actually better. There's more DV cases in other communities. It's unreported more. And white men are more likely to unalive himself and his whole goddamn family. They going into schools, powering up the schools. Yet everybody is pointing a finger at us. It's just crazy out here. It's really crazy. Thank you. Thank you, Maya. Thank you, guys. Yeah, I was talking about this yesterday, I believe, about how there was a study done on, people that are racist and how it's similar to people that are addicted to substances because Their brain waves and brain patterns are basically the same. So those types of people are addicted and obsessed with black people. When we say that, they say, ain't don't nobody care about you. Yes, you do. Why are you so fixated on people that does not affect you in any type of way? And keep making up reasons to be in proximity to them, to have something to say about them, like the streamers that go up to black people and provoke them to get a reaction. Black people don't go up to that guy, Chud the Builder. Black people were not just going out of their way to go up to that man and have interactions with him. It was the other way around. Yet white people will get it in their heads that him antagonizing and harassing and stalking down black people, once he gets a reaction, it's the black people's fault. Child, I cannot. Have I been on for a while? No, I just got here. Nope, I just got on 15 minutes ago. I can't even believe 15 minutes went by that quick. Everybody share the live. Help us meet our gift goal. Make sure you send your heart me's in. If you want to join the panel, hit the little icon at the bottom where it looks like it's two people and join the panel to join the conversation. Notice the Democrats and the Republicans are doing a single thing about it as a system. That's true. That's true. They use statistics to justify their yes, I agree, to justify their disdain, disgust, and just utter dislike for black people. Because what has black people done to these people for them to all be standing in solidarity with Angel? Or what the fuck is her name? Ashley. Like, really? I had an Asian friend tell me her family HATEs blacks, but loved when they came in the nail shop. Of course. A Asian girl that came straight from, I don't know if it was Korea or whatever, but she was like on a work visa or a work trip or whatever she was doing. And the nail salon that I used to go to, she really liked me. Like, she would send me messages. She would send me voice notes singing happy birthday. It was hilarious. She would be like, oh, I never had a black friend. And, you know, like, oh, asking me if I have a boyfriend and all types of stuff. Like, when I would go get a pedicure, she would give me extra long leg massages. That girl had it going on. And the way that she would send me notes was on Instagram, because she asked me for my Instagram and I just gave it to her. And she told me, she was like, my boss is so racist. Like, they don't like black people. They say terrible things about black people. And I stopped going there. She told me that. Literally. She told me that. And I was like, wow. It never fails. They all come back needing help, as if we're everybody's older brother. Yeah. Someone said on the panel, what did they say? That we were like the front lines for every black ethnic group or something. That guy said. What did he say? Oh, that's the Asian girl you always talk about. No, it's actually not the Asian girl I'm always talking about. I literally just be speaking in hypotheticals. I don't know why I always say Asian woman. I don't know why, but it definitely ain't her. She was not attractive to me. I mean, I'm really not gay in real life. I like, you know, penis. But she definitely told me that they were racist. But they will take our money. They don't care. They could put it to the side to take our money. Okay, y'all know the prompt. No cussing, 3 minutes to speak, no over talking, and state your ethnicity. Bryce?
Yes.
Can I have your ethnicity? I'm going to give you 3 minutes to speak on the prompt.
Well, I don't think there is solidarity. I guess you need to know who I am, though, don't you?
Yes. Can I have your ethnicity?
Yeah, I'm white. I'm 75 years old. I live in Washington, D.C.
Go ahead. You have 3 minutes.
Oh, well, I just don't think it exists. And the very people, if we go back to the 1980s, and that's when there was this panic that crime was out of control. You know, this was what the media was saying. And all of a sudden we start locking up black people in tremendous numbers. The Democrats were part of that. Joe Biden was part of that. So I don't think there's any solidarity with anybody. I don't think you can trust anybody as a black person.
Okay. So we don't need solidarity with other communities, and it doesn't exist. That's your opinion.
I don't know if you need it, but I don't think it exists. No. Now, maybe this is a complete aside, maybe it's not even relevant, but American Jews often portray themselves.
Say small hats, because I don't want to get a restriction.
All right, small hats. They have often said that they are in solidarity with you, but that has not been my experience in Washington, D.C. And I remember a conversation I had with one of those people, and I pointed out the incarceration rates for black people, and she said, well, they're the ones who commit all the crime. Well, I thought that was pretty typical. She's in solidarity, except that that's what she really thinks.
Yeah, a lot of people seem to think that. But, the propaganda machine has worked overtime to make sure that we have a certain image and we are perceived a certain way in society, especially when it comes to merging us and kind of like forcing us to absorb all black people's statistics, the ones that come from Africa, the ones that come from the Caribbean, the one from Central America. Like, we have all been thrown in a pot together, and it's just, now we're starting to wake up to what's really going on. The villainization of us it needs to stop, because it's unrealistic. And every group, every racial group, every ethnic group, there are good people and bad people. Like, we just have to keep it real. So for everyone to be continuously pointing fingers at us, it's like, what is the agenda?
Do you follow national politics at all?
No, go ahead. You can tell me.
Well, there's a group in the House of Representatives. They're called the Squad. And one of them is Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. She's a Puerto Rican, or maybe a Puerto Rican descendant, who lives in Brooklyn. And along with her, there are 4 or 5 other women. The one that the Republicans love to hate is Ilhan Omar. She's a lady from Minneapolis.
Mm-hmm.
And they've been coming after. Sure. Yeah, you know about that. They've been claiming that those people are trying to think what country they come from. Ilhan Omar. Yeah, Somalia. They've been blaming them for everything. And, they're just basically trying to villainize those people. And so she's part of the Squad. And those are about the only people in government that I admire and trust. They're basically socialists. And they're anti-Israel. They're anti-Zionist. They're anti-imperialist. They really are the only people that I think there's any hope that we can prevail at any time.
Okay, I'm gonna get to the next person on the panel.
Hey, how you doing, love?
What's up, Original? How you doing?
Chilling, just scrolling through the TikTok streets, listening to the Black and Brown Unity talk.
Let me give you a countdown. Go ahead.
Yeah, I find it weird when I hear people talk about Black and Brown Unity, because it's like, if you really cared for your people, you wouldn't sell them something, or you wouldn't try to sell them something that you know is a defective product. If it actually worked and it actually was beneficial to Black Americans, it would have already shown itself to be able to do so by now. So I can understand why people use it. It's a great talking point. It gets people in the room. It excites the senses. But I'm talking about with realistic, tangible benefits. I have yet to see any immigrant group or any ethnic group team up or side with Black Americans. So to pretend like all of a sudden we need this mass group of melanated immigrants or any other immigrant group or any other ethnicity to survive in the political realm or throughout the judicial system of America. It's dishonest. And I don't like when people do. I understand why they do it because it get the dollars up. It's cool, but in reality, you can't actually love your people if you feed them falsehoods, if you feed them lies, because it's not based in any truth. And then when they try to put on the front of, well, immigrants are good for the immigrants have been here from 1965 to now. I counted, that's 61 plus years. You can't name me one specific immigrant group that comes to the United States of America with the specific mindset of let's go help those Black Americans. Let's stand up for the plight and the fight that they've been going through in the United States. You can't show me a group. People always bring up the Brown Beret, and I had to look into that. That was from 1967, and it got dismantled in 1972. The most they did was march and be side by side with each other and throw a couple of events. It wasn't too many policies that got affected by that kind of brown beret thing that people be saying. So I just think
Only
it's
lasted for 5 years. Jeez.
yeah, 67 to 72. And I'm just like, it looks good. The pictures were dope. The way they were dressed, the little hats, the little soldier hats like Ibrahim Troy got, cool picture moment. It's a great photo op. That's what I call it. It's a great photo op. But in reality, you can't show me where there have been this so-called Black and brown coalition of people standing side by side in solidarity with the plight of Black Americans in America. But I can show you on several accounts of Black Americans standing up for other marginalized groups, for other ethnic groups, for other people's rights and liberties and justice factors when it comes to even sexual orientation. Black people be on the forefront for everybody else's fight. But when it comes to Black Americans fight, it's just like, yeah, we'll study it. We'll think about it. How much more studying do you have to do when it comes to one of the most historical atrocities known to mankind that has happened to these people within the United States? I'm not talking about anywhere else, not disparaging anybody else. But when it comes to us, I don't think there's no more studying that needs to be done. I think most things are so obvious. It's like it's shame for you to deny things that I can blatantly see with my eyes right now. And I land.
Okay. Can we have King B? Can I have your ethnicity? Then I'm gonna give you 3 minutes to speak on the prompt.
Right. For- um, 40 from Ghana.
Are you in America?
Yes.
Okay, let me give you your oh wait, hold on. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, hello.
Yes.
All right, I can hear you now. Okay. I mean, that that's black and browns. There's the exact. I mean, to think about it, recently when George Floyd was unalive, the whole world supported Black Americans, right? There were some marches and stuff. Um, but to also think about the whole picture, since civil right, has Black Americans done anything that need to be supported in a large numbers that African Americans weren't there to support them? When Obama got elected, I'm sure almost all Black people in America voted for him. Almost, I would say like 90%, and some white people too, and some Latinos. Aside from all that, I would say I don't see anything that Black Americans have brought forward recently that need to be supported. Because if there's something that they've brought of fighting that needs support of African Americans, I'm sure African Americans will do it.
Wait. Are you saying African Americans are you?
Yeah.
You are not an African American.
Why?
Because African American is synonymous with being a heritage Black American, and you will not colonize, co-opt, or steal that ethnic marker. We're not allowing that.
No,
Even if
I'm
we don't
coming.
call ourselves African American, you're not going to steal that. That's not your lineage.
The American government who runs this country says otherwise, though.
No,
I'm
no,
coming. I'm coming. I'm Ghanaian.
no. You're not. You're not stealing that. You are
All right. No,
Ghanaian.
it's not about stealing. Let me.
You're trying to steal it. You're
No, let
co-opting.
me explain something to
You're
you.
co-opting an ethnic marker for a
Okay,
group of
my
people
time
that
is going.
it's
Let me
not your
explain to you.
people.
And can I explain to you? Then you can come in after my time. So I was born in Ghana. I'm African, right? I'm in USA, a naturalized USA. I'm now a US citizen. So in that sense, I can be called African American if I want to.
Oh,
I'm coming. That's what
you're
America
not
says.
an African American.
I'm
But
coming. The point is that Black Americans don't have the power to tell somebody who is or is not. America
yes,
does.
we do. Yes,
No,
we
you
do.
don't. You
I just
don't.
did. I just did. And what you gonna do about
No,
it?
you
I just
said it.
told you.
It's on
I
TikTok.
just did it. So what? I still did it. You're not
It
gonna
is.
take my voice
It's
away, and you're not gonna
and
tell
you're not
me
gonna
what
take
I
my
can
citizen
and
away
say.
too.
Why you
You
Are you
yelling?
gonna
are
take my
an
Calm down.
citizens
African
away?
from the continent of
You
Africa.
have.
You
Listen. The point
are
is
an
that you have no
African from
power.
the continent of
You have no
Africa.
power to take
I
my
do. I
citizen.
literally just
You
told you
don't.
who you
You
wasn't. And
don't.
watch
No,
how
I am.
powerful we are. Keep
Okay, I
watching.
am.
Keep
Okay, I
watching.
am.
Keep
Okay, come take
watching.
it. You can't
Keep
do
Why
shit.
you
watching.
You
Keep
have
why you
no
so
watching.
power.
loud, bro?
You don't
Calm
control
down.
shit.
Why you so loud, bro? Calm down. Why you practicing ethnic erasure? Why you want to
You have
claim
no
African
power. You
American,
don't
bro?
control shit.
Why you so loud, bro? Why you so upset? Why you want to practice ethnic
Because she
erasure?
gave me 3 minutes and she won't let me talk. That's
You
I
disrespectful.
gotta
did let
calm
you
down,
talk.
bro.
I did
No,
let you
you
talk.
know, you came in when others were talking. You shut up.
You don't tell me what the fuck to do on my motherfucking panel, you stupid bitch. Now I'm blocking you.
Baby
Fuck you
mama.
and your
Baby mama.
mother. Fuck you and your mother, hoe. Get off my motherfucking coochie juice. I don't know who the fuck y'all think y'all are. This is not even about Africans, bitch. This is not even about Africans. Y'all always come over here centering yourselves with your dusty, rusty, crusty, flip-flop wearing ass. Well, who was even talking about Africans? They're obsessed. They're obsessed. I know you got a dog festival to go to. Like, get the fuck off my coochie. Talking about I'm African American, you don't have no power. I love that they keep trying to cast these spells over us and talk about what power we do and don't have. Keep watching, bitch, because we know how powerful we are today. And because we woke up, it's going to get stronger. Watch. Anyways, Freed Munition, can I have your ethnicity? And I'm gonna give you 3 minutes to speak on the prompt.
Yeah, I'm Black American, American Freeman. Uh, I don't recall so I don't identify like I don't see like Latino people as brown, right? Because they don't see themselves as brown. Like it's more of a like a a Democrat. It's more of a Democrat narrative, basically. Because if they were brown, then you would have yellow and red people as well. And none of those things are found anywhere on any kind of legal documents. You know, Latinos identify themselves as YT. So to even feed into the narrative that they're brown, beige, or cream color, or anything else would be total nonsense. I've never heard a Latino call themselves brown. Like they actually are disgusted with even hearing it. The ones that I know, right? Like they do not like hearing that term. They feel like that term is like because their job, like they most was raised to like lighten their race to the point where it become full European and be accepted in European society. So for them to like hear people like, even if it take for them to be deported, the ones I know, like they 10 toes down on their white. You know, I could show you sanctuary cities all around this country that have them documented as white to protect their identity. They have them
That's true.
documented as white.
You
Right?
right?
And they putting them in people's numbers as if they are part of the YT and BLK society. I mean, for very offensive things that you could pull up online, and it's like, wow, like, okay. So they're taking all of these people that are out here with these smacks situations, right? And they're posting them online and they're putting them under YT, and BLK. And it's like, really? Like, you don't know Romero Gonzalez is not BLK or YT? And this is what you got going on right now. It's that deep. Like, you have people taking people and putting them into our numbers and then reporting these numbers to people. You have, you have day in and day out, you have this BLK narrative that we are, graduating on a third grade level, doing this, illiterate, this, that, and other, right? CDC found out this, that, and other. But then you look deeper into the numbers and you find out that there's a Ghanaian that do not know English being identified as BLK and illiterate inside those numbers. Thousands and millions of them being identified under those numbers because they don't know, because they're on a click language or whatever language that they are, raised in, right? So they come here, and because they're not first English learners, but however they're being identified as BLK, they we get reports that our people are falling in education, and we have some of the most smartest people on the face of this planet. And I just think that any kind of camaraderie that we never had with any of these people would be very harmful. It's already harming us, and we've never had a relationship. No one could point to a relationship of any kind of positive movement that we ever had with any other race. You know what I'm saying? Like, anything that we have with even YT, and there's some good YT people, right? There's good people from everywhere. But any relationship that we had with anybody was either predatory or, for a reason. Like the Democrat Party, like we've been being used by them and being fear-mongered. Like, I've asked several Democrats, like, hey, so like y'all doing all this whining and complaining and shit, like, what are y'all offering for the midterms? What are y'all offering for an alternative to what's going on now? Like, let me know so I can see whether or not I want to like do something to and the first time ever since all of this voting and stuff been going on and Trump been in office, like, the only thing I've heard, we're going to start growing our own strawberries and stuff like that. You could grow strawberries at your house. It's insane.
Okay,
and
you gotta go ahead and land. You've been over 3
yeah,
minutes.
I'm done. It's just that I just think it's ridiculous the way that we've been fooled and bamboozled for years, and I think that like nobody ever helped us, and we don't need the help now.
Okay. Can we have Monsoon? Are you there? You got to come off tea time. Can we have your ethnicity? I'm going to give you 3 minutes to speak on the prompt.
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, respect to you, Queen, and the everybody else that's on the panel, and my fellow FBA. I am an FBA. My lineage go back to Jackson, Mississippi, on both sides. I just want to say real quickly, thank you. I listen to you and I appreciate you.
Oh, of course. I'm just doing what I'm called to do.
And yep, and I'm enjoying listening to you guys, and you guys are so intelligent, and there's so many different perspectives to where I'm definitely inspired. So thank you so much. I appreciate it, and I'll land there.
Oh, that was very sweet. Okay, let's get to the next. And your countdown. Observation time. Can I have your ethnicity? And I'm gonna go ahead and give you 3 minutes to speak on the prompt. Observation time. I sent you an invite to unmute your mic. Okay, never mind. Let's see who this is. Love, can I have your ethnicity? I'm gonna go ahead and give you 3 minutes to speak on the prompt.
Hello, lazy mama, lazy single mother, and deadbeat dads. How are you guys doing?
Alright. These African people are fucking obsessed. They're obsessed. It's an obsession. It's a sickness. Literally, it's an addiction. It's a sickness. It's an obsession. And not all of them, but the ones that come over here continuously, there is nothing about Africans in the prompt, and they still have to come and bring their funky ass over here and censor themselves. It is a sickness. These people have a problem. Something is wrong with them. It really is. It's pathetic, and it's really sad. It's sad. Like, to be that obsessed, calling people all types of baby daddies and lazy baby mothers. Like, you all leave your kids. The mother and the father leave the kids. There's 50 million orphans over that on that continent. Children are being sold and trafficked to this day. And you guys are coming up here talking down on Black Americans. Black American children are being raised by their parents, even if they're not living in the homes together. You all leave your children, y'all leave the country and leave your kids behind with random cousins and people that you don't even know. So please stop. There's kids in the streets over there with big t-shirts and no shoes, and it breaks my heart. Y'all allow Chinese people to the compilation videos I've been seeing since I went super viral with that Natasha Doll video has broken my heart. I'm in shambles. I couldn't even watch it. I had to click off. I can't believe that you all allow those people to do that to your children in broad daylight. You allow those people to exploit your children for content purposes. So to come up here and say anything about what we're doing with our kids is diabolical, because at least one parent is around and majority of us know who our dads are. We know who our fathers are. So stop. It's the projection. I'm tired of the projection. The prompt says, does Black and brown solidarity exist? Do Black people need solidarity from other communities to flourish? Where does it say African on the goddamn prompt? Where? Can somebody tell me where it says African on the prompt? It's like when it gets to a point. Hello, Cheryl. Can I have your ethnicity? I'm gonna give you 3 minutes to speak on the prompt.
Hey, Love Jones.
Hello.
It's Cheryl. I'm FBA Freeman.
Okay, go for it.
Okay. Does Black and brown solidarity exist? No. They only want to pretend it exists during election time. Then they all about themselves. It never existed. And on these panels, Africans always ask, why are y'all always talking about us? But you're right, Love Jones. You sitting here talking about Black and brown, and they keep bringing that butts up here on your panel. That's why we talk about y'all.
Hello.
That's why we talk about y'all. Just leave us alone. Just leave us alone. But no, it doesn't exist. It never has. I mean, LA is a prime example. I mean, amongst other places in this country. You know, they say this and they say this, Black and brown, but once those people get into office, it's all brown, 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 brown. You know, all the benefits, all the loans, all the businesses. Yeah. Yeah. So it doesn't exist at all. It never has. And that's all I had to say.
Okay, the panel is open. If anyone else would like to join, you can definitely request up. Okay, I see a couple more people. No inflammatory language. Bryce, I'm gonna let you come back up. You cannot say the Ooish community. Don't say the Dems or the Republic. Like, just say blue or red party. Do not say HATE, because I don't want to get a restriction. Like, we can't say certain things over here. Okay.
You didn't let me go, Empress
You didn't
Love
go.
Jones.
I'm so sorry. Go ahead. I'm so
Shut the
sorry.
door.
Let me give you your countdown. I know that you don't have an immigrant background. Go ahead. You got 3 minutes.
To the African dude in the baby daddy statement, real quick. That's why it's a mass deportation act for immigrants right now. We already know why y'all crashing out. You talking to heavyweights on her panel. They getting y'all out of here. I don't even have to go down the list. We got all kind of acts that's going on. They running scared. They running for their life. So for my people, the hypermelanated indigenous lineage-based Americans, don't even trip on it. Just let them have their thing, because they crashing. because they hitting them from all four corners. The FBI involved in it now. I mean, I'm just gonna run it down real quick for the newbies. They got a mass deportation act of immigrants. So for all panels and for my people, this is why they coming up here. Don't take it personal if any immigrant come up here and say something crazy. They got a mass deportation act going out right now as we speak. The National Guard and the Marines are supporting it. It's called ICE. They got the Military Aircraft Act. That's where they transporting immigrants with our military. The FBI has reprioritized for
Oh,
immigrant enforcement.
stop saying the 3-letter
Oh,
agency.
okay,
Go ahead.
okay. They for immigrant enforcement. They stripping legal status of immigrants. And this is an act now. They got an Alien Enemies Act of 1798. Look it up. It's being enforced now. They got Expedited Removal Act. They got Third Country Deportation Act. They got Making Life Untenable Act by withholding federal funds for immigrants act. They got Self-Deportation Act, where they pay them like $3,000, $6,000 just to leave. They got the Extreme Vetting and Travel Ban Act. They got Suspending Immigrant Visa Process Act. They got Deputizing Local Police to perform immigrant enforcement. Do I need to say more? So don't even trip. Let them just play with them. I'm telling you the acts. Now getting to the prompt real quick since I got, no, we can't, it ain't no solidarity. Now when you say brown, are you talking about the Spanish people?
Yes, I believe that's who the NAACP president was talking about when he said it.
Okay. Yeah, that's the Red Nation. The Red Nation always been against us. And the NAACP, you know what I'm saying? We got to look at things real close now. It was always a joke because it was a multiracial group thing. When they was doing the riots and everything back there, how you gonna multiracial? They was on that Pan-African Kumbaya stuff. It had Mary White Ovington. She was a white lady. YT lady. W.E.B. Du Bois. You got to do your research on him. And Ida B. Wells. And I'm going to say this, then I'm going to land my plane. A friend to everyone is an enemy to yourself. And that's not pushing HAT. That's to my people. A friend to everyone, all that kumbaya, is an enemy to yourself. Because we all been Pan-African. Because even me. And I had to get belt the ass put to me because we didn't know no better. Because we seen somebody that looked just like us. So we took it that, oh, okay, we got numbers and this pull together, whoop, 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 whoop. But they had an ulterior motive. They came to cosplay, destiny swap, and paper inside you. Period. And this ain't HAT. This is real talk. This is serious thing. This is a serious thing going on. So, you know what I mean? You ain't got to have that in your heart, but we got.
Okay. We got to get to the next person. Is Kush? You got to mute if it's not your go. You're breathing hard. Kush, can I have your ethnicity? And I'm gonna give you 3 minutes to speak on the prompt.
Okay, Black.
Do you have an immigrant background?
No.
Okay.
Mine's is more like Native American.
Okay, go ahead.
I mean, I would never sit up and argue for the right to unalive my children as a woman. I feel that like when it comes down to it, there are women all over the country, all over the world who has no rights. And here we are having way more rights than most people in the world, most women, and we're complaining because we don't have the right to unalive our children. Like, are you fucking serious? You
Can
know
you
what I'm saying? And it's
I'm sorry. Can you speak to the prompt? I don't understand where you're going with this conversation, but that's not what we're talking about tonight.
okay.
Yeah, I
Well, I
don't know
thought
what's
I heard
going
some
on.
people on this panel. Maybe I've been hopping from panel to panel. My apologies. I heard some people on the panel talking about that. So yeah, I'll go to the prompt. My eyes are back. Can you read the first prompt to me if
It
you
says,
don't
does
mind?
Black and brown solidarity exist? Do Black people need solidarity with other communities to flourish?
Yeah, no, we don't exist because none of these brown communities that they are representing has ever came to our defense when we were going through hard times. So like, why are we here to stand up for them during their hard times in our country for all the rights? They're fighting for the rights that we actually get the 14th and the 15th Amendment rights to, you know what I'm saying? So like, why would we put what was given to us, which is the least that this country could do? They gave us that, and then we want to share it with these people who never earned their stripes just because they want to get, what is that, you know, birthright citizenship. And they think because they come in our country and they pop fucking babies, we can pop babies. You know what I'm saying? They think that because they come in our country and pop babies, that literally they get some kind of rights in our country and get to take advantage of the rights that Black people in our country fought for all this time. So like, no, it's not that simple. You're gonna have to go through the same process that every other legal immigrant went through to be in our country. You're going to have to get properly vetted, and that's what make us American citizens safe. You know what I'm saying? So, but you can't just walk across the border and think that you get all these kind of rights and you get to have access to the rights that was designated for Native American Black people and Black people from America. So that's all I gotta say.
Okay. Since you were up here already, I'm gonna get to Hiwa, and then I'll open the panel for you to speak, Bryce. Hiwa.
Hey, love. How are you doing? How panel? Hey, everybody in the chat. I hope everybody's staying blessed.
Thanks,
Does
Rachel.
Black and Brown solidarity exist? It doesn't, and the reason it can't exist is because in order for there to be solidarity, there has to be mutual respect. And what we are seeing, not only in the internet, in real life, and everywhere, is that there is a lack of mutual respect. And I can't respect you so much that I lose respect for myself. And that's what a lot of folks are asking us to do, is to not only respect them, but also to lose respect for self, because they have no intention of respecting us. Because everything that we've gotten was never given to us. It was earned with generations of blood, sweat, and tears. And it's still being earned to this day. I don't know if y'all saw that case that's currently going on with that sweet baby who got taken out from that gas station.
Yes, I
For no
talked about it
reason.
earlier.
Yeah. And so I can't have solidarity with someone who can't see my children as your children, because that's basic empathy. And so that's the reason why there can't be solidarity, is because you can't respect me. And it's not like, oh, like, you know, sit down, kiss my feet. Nothing. It's nothing like that. It's literally respect me and I can respect you, and then we can have a conversation, because solidarity is something that's done between equals. And if you don't see me as an equal, then we can't be on the same page. Thank you for listening.
Of course. Okay, Bryce, you came back. That was you that was up here first, right? And then you dropped. Hello? Hello?
Yeah, I got disconnected.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Well, I thought maybe we could take it down to a city level. I live in D.C., and it would be fascinating to hear what you have to say where you live between Black and brown people. In D.C., I can tell you, there's a lot of hatred here.
We're not saying the HOTE word so much because I don't want to get a
Okay,
ritual.
well, all right. Well, they're not getting along. How's that?
That's much better. Yeah. I mean, honestly, there's pockets of people on an individual basis that are cool, but as a collective, No, everyone is basically for themselves. I don't see any solidarity. And I'm in the tri-state. I grew up in New York.
Actually, what's happening here is, I'll give you an example. There was a black man. Can I say black?
Yeah.
All right. There was a black man who wanted a job, and he wasn't hired because he couldn't speak Spanish, and they wanted him to be able to communicate with Spanish hirelings, and that's pretty typical. There's a huge Spanish-speaking Salvadoran population here, and they're the ones that get hired, not black people.
Someone says that you're instigating division. How can you divide something that was never together?
Well, I hate TikTok. I truly do. I mean, they just love
Please stop
stuff
saying
like that.
HATE.
All right. Well, I don't like it.
You have to spell it out, friend, because the
Yeah.
lava will fly. So you have to spell HATE instead of saying it.
So anyway, that's the situation here in DC.
Okay. Did anyone else on the panel want to chime in or say anything?
Yeah, I just wanted to say what he was saying. I mean, he, might want to like be a little careful with his language, but at the same time, he is correct about that area. I remember when they came over in the 90s, and that's when you first heard about the 13 people, right? And that's the original 13, and now they own that whole entire area of DC, and they come over and they look out for self. They look out for their people as they should, and I mean, like, these people been here now. You look up and they've been here for 30 years, 35 years, and they have a very weird, mindset. Like, they go out their way to make words for the N word where they can say it in front of you and you won't know about it and they can laugh, like little weird stuff like that, like a word like mayata. Like, you could be in the elevator. They won't wait until you get out of the elevator. They'll say it while you're in there because that's part of their obsession with it. So it'll be a word that means one thing under Spanish language, but it's really like code language, and they go out their way.
Derogatory toward black people.
Right, but they go out their way to create stuff like that. Like, it's important to their culture to go out their way to just say stuff like that, and they really employ. Well, I don't even think they're encouraged. I believe, like, they honestly feel like that is the way to assimilate in YT culture. The difference is, like, we've been over here 400 years together, right? And we understand where they live, where we live, where we work together. We got cordial relationships and things of that nature. And a lot of these people, and I'm speaking for all of them, like all types, they come over and they think the way to get closer to YT is to do something derogatory to BLK. It's like real important for them to do that. Like, they get their rocks off and they feel like they get a pat on the head.
I agree with that to a degree, but in their own countries, they also have caste systems and they also practice colorism against each other. So it's not just necessarily get closer to YT people, because when you go to a lot of Latin countries, people that actually look closer to what indigenous Latinos look like, that are dark skinned with a thicker grade of hair, they get treated terribly in their communities. Like, I've seen a lot of them on the internet crying and, talking about how their parents disown them and they practice, what is it, La Raza, like whitening of the race. Like, so they do these things in their own communities amongst themselves. So it's not just them trying to assimilate when they come over here. But of course it plays into that because they too have been colonized, and a lot of them are Spaniards. So they got that blood in them. Majora La Raza, yes.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that they are like doing this like intentionally, like so it's like this, right? Like if you was to walk up on one of them and say, "Hey, you look like Pocahontas," right? and you're giving them a compliment, and they have told me this, right? They will look at you like you're insulting them, right? Because the indigenous part of their culture, they look at it as meaning if you call them an Indian, that means they're uneducated. They look at the Indian part of their culture as uncivilized. So that is what they work towards getting away from. So these are people who are trying to find themselves through other people, and they know that they have a portion of Spaniard in their blood, so they really look forward to that. And if you look up even the term Spaniard, it says like you will never be Spaniard. Like if you're born outside of Spain, you are his Spaniards, right? You're not Spaniard. Like Spaniard is European, and that's the way they see. Like they want to be closer to that part of their bloodline.
Okay.
And black people are not
You
that way.
monologuing for too long. We gotta see if somebody else wants to chime in.
Okay.
When I was talking, you was just like really trying to cut me off.
Hey,
I don't know if it was
no
intentional.
problem. Yeah,
I
no
don't know if it.
problem.
See,
Hey,
look, I
I'm
can't
drop.
talk now. Oh my God, you gotta look. Let me tell you something. Just a point
Hey,
of
I'm just
advice.
telling y'all what
Wait,
I'm saying.
wait, no, this is
I
not
could
okay.
drop that.
This is not. Oh my God, you want to drop? Let me drop you. Maybe, hopefully, you're still in the chat. It is so tacky. When you are having a conversation with someone, it's like preschool. Like you have to grow up. You can't just constantly try to chime in and over talk. And I understand people get excited, but even when I was talking, like I let you talk for like a few minutes straight, and you just keep going and going and going like the Energizer Bunny. You don't let people get a word in edgewise. That's not how you have conversations with people. And I always tell you guys, if you want to monologue, you have to start your own panels. Like I like to open up the panel for people to speak, but you can't be talking over people. And he literally seemed like he couldn't catch his breath. He was just so excited and like trying to like over talk me. I really don't like that. But so it's only two of y'all left on the panel now. Bryce, did you want to add something? Thank you, Straight Talk.
Well, this is probably completely inappropriate, and feel free to stop me. But, well, I'm an historian. I write about the American Civil War, and one of the things I write about is black soldiers in the Civil War. And I'm reading about that right now as part of an article that I'm writing. So if anybody ever wants to talk about that, I'm willing to. As I say, it may not be appropriate.
Just don't just no trigger words. And don't say WAR, say like conflict, battle, things like that. Do you think you can do that, or is that like really hard?
I'm not sure what to say. I mean, well, let me just say this. One of the most remarkable things about the whatever it was the surrender of the Confederate Army at Appomattox. That was where the war ended, pretty much. And the reason the war ended was because BLACK.
You can say black, but you can't keep saying WAR. I know it's frustrating, but I will get restrictions. And my panel, and my live stream matters more than you being able to say words that we say on a daily basis. So if it's hard, then maybe we shouldn't have this conversation. Yeah, you getting out of here. Like, I don't know what y'all got, what the fuck is going on tonight. I'm trying. I don't know what he keep talking about. He from DC. I don't know who sent him, or what the hell is going on. Because we don't know who the hell is coming up in these spaces, okay? Thank you, Be My Own Boss. I don't know who these people are. They the Africans coming to cuss me out. The white guy coming to talk about the civil WAR. I don't know what's happening. But my panel is open. It's not an echo chamber. I just can't take the over talking. You can't keep saying inflammatory words or things that's going to get me flagged. And breathing all heavy because I'm telling you the rules. I don't give a fuck. I'm not about to compromise my live stream for anyone's comfortability or because people can't get it together. Like if I have to keep telling you the same thing over and over, then this is just not for you. And that's okay. and
We
that's
have another
okay.
full moon.
Oh yes, the 31st. You're right. Oh my goodness.
So it's a blue moon at that. So I think
The energy.
everybody's out. Yeah. So that's where I'm chalking it up to because there's a whole lot of stuff going on.
Hey Veronica.
Hey, Miss Love Jones, how are you?
I'm good. Let me go ahead and give you your 3 minutes. Go ahead.
Yes, so just to answer the prompt, does black and brown solidarity exist? It absolutely doesn't. I'm here in Los Angeles, and the my mother, my grandmother, she was, around in the '60s in the streets marching and black and brown unity and this and that. There was a quote by, I think his name is Felix Tejera, where he said the Negro issue is not my issue. I can't recall the quote verbatim, but he said that the Negro problem is not my problem. Meanwhile, you had Martin Luther King, Cesar Chavez, well, firstly, MLK advocating for this unity uh, that never was. And they rewrite history. They'll say, well, we were marching with you all. Cesar Chavez was there. Juan Crow, we've been disenfranchised as well.
One Crow forever
The
takes me out.
it's so disrespectful, and the brown problem is not my problem. Then is not the Negro problem. I don't even know how they even who called them brown. Like, how did we even get there? But no, there is no solidarity. As soon as they get their numbers up wherever they are, then they become hostile, and they'll come in very meek and humble initially, until they move into your neighborhoods, and then once they get their tentacles into the education system or neighborhoods, then the hostility, then they just turn it up. So I can only speak for Los Angeles, but I know that it's the same in other places. They BOMB in neighborhoods. That was in the 2000s. Going to school, we would have those, fights at the bus stop on the bus, black versus brown, so no. And then when you look in the prison system, certainly doesn't exist there, so at every level of society, no. So I don't even know how this even came to be a question, not for the greater society to even consider. It's just because these people needed something, and we're the people with that, with the legitimacy to latch onto. And just to add, in the 1920s in Mexico, there was a man, he was like Jose Vasconcelos or something like that. He was the minister of education, and he revamped their entire educational system to align with their motto of blanqueamiento, whiten the race, mejor la raza, and all that. So they had an entire overhaul of their educational system to and also during that time, they were also eliminating more of the indigenous population. But during that time, that whole educational overhaul was to encourage the blanqueamiento, lighten the race and all that. So these people were steadily indoctrinated over decades and decades and decades, and they came over here knowing that that's their core belief, and then they say black and brown. They know that there will never be, some of them who will be honest, they'll tell you the truth, but that's their core belief. They do not, they don't see it for us. So that's not even, absolutely not. We don't need the solidarity. We don't benefit. These people don't offer anything. We're the only ones. We don't need anyone. We're just fine. So I land on that. Thank you.
I agree, of course. See how she came? She said what she needed to say. She didn't say a bunch of trigger words. It wasn't weird. Like, she spoke about the prompts. Like, this is what I'm talking about. The other lady came up here talking about terminating a baby. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Where are these people who sent them over here? What is happening? This is crazy. Utterly confusing. Like what? Mo, exactly. Tripping. Hello, Sean Nigel. Can I have your ethnicity? Then I'm gonna give you 3 minutes to speak on the prompt. Are you
Good
recording or
evening,
do you have enough to
Black
say?
America.
Okay.
No, I'm not.
All right, go ahead.
Good evening, Black American, on both sides by way of Texas, Louisiana, and Georgia. I want to speak on the prompt. I'm from LA. I don't know if anybody back in the day remember the LA riots after the Rodney King verdict. That's about the only time I could think of was anything close to solidarity, when everybody was getting it in, doing the 5-finger discount. You know what I'm saying? The essays that come with a truckload of their cousins, pull it up, talking about, oh man, that's real terrible, jacked up what happened to Rodney Dangerfield. And you'd be like, wait a minute, sir, you mean Rodney King? Yeah, that's what I said, Rodney King. But they was only there for their own ulterior motives. Other than that, black and brown solidarity never existed in my book. Like I said, from LA, I remember from middle school to high school. Oh man, them Grace griots, if y'all know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Kids getting it in on recess, like just brawling from high school to middle school. I don't remember then. When I get out of high school, it's the going back and forth with the Browns pushing the line, neighborhoods trying to take over, or nothing to do. I don't see any solidarity there. Does black people need solidarity to flourish? No, we don't. But we do conduct, and so basically, or we just gonna keep having the same problem. So that's my take on the situation. Thanks for letting me speak.
Of course. People saying something was wrong with your sound, but I heard you. Hiwa, did you have something you wanted to add?
I just want to add something that I find fascinating. It was something with the, I think somebody said it earlier, with the with the Spanish speakers thinking that they're slick when they say certain things around us, and they say it as if Spanish is a secret language, and it's interesting. Like, and I'm a proud human for my line. One of the little humans that is in my line is currently in high school teaching pre-calculus to mono Spanish speakers in their native language, is teaching them pre-calculus.
Wow.
And it's like, that's black girl magic. And so it always fascinates me when people think that they're saying something slick, when it's like, dude, you know that, like, some people learn languages for fun. Many people are multilingual, and just saying that you're bilingual does not mean that you're automatically just a Spanish speaker. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not the flex that you think it is, especially not here. And it's crazy work to me whenever, especially in LA. Like, I spoke more Spanish in Los Angeles when I was out there than I spoke when I was in Mexico. Like, it's not like it's a secret tongue, you know what I mean? It's not like you're keeping secrets, but you think that it is, because it's a childish kick in a way of thinking that you get away from that. But again, that also goes back to why we can't have solidarity, because you think that you're telling secrets to be nasty instead of being like, yo, Afro-Latinos exist. Like, and even before like us as FBA spoke it, Afro-Latinos exist. They know what they're saying. They know that you're talking about them, but you refuse to exactly see them and understand that not only do they understand what you're saying, but that they're part of your community, but you'd rather be racist, which is why it works. So that's my 2 cents. Thank you for listening.
Of course. Yeah, I agree with everything that you guys have said. It's just, I don't, for me, it's very odd and like strange that people with our same hue of complexion that get into these positions, that's like the president of a NAACP chapter, would get on a panel and literally advocate for us to have solidarity with people who literally are anti-Black out loud. Once again, there are pockets and on an individual level where some people, are cool, but like, why you never hear their leaders, so to speak, or people that are speaking, being a mouthpiece for them, you never hear them advocating for them to have solidarity with us. You don't hear any group of people say, oh, we need to commune with Black people or Black Americans. You don't hear that. You hear them say, we need to, immigrants built the country and we need to fight for immigrants. Like, you hear shit like that, but never do you ever hear them saying, we need to stand beside, Black Americans so they could get restorative justice or so they could get reparations. Like, it's just, you never hear them doing that for us. So I don't understand why some people of our community are constantly trying to put on a heavy cape for people that have shown you time and time again that they wouldn't do it for you. It's very sad, and it shows a deep level of low ethnic pride. And I really wish that, the raccoons of the world would just stop. It's not a good look. It makes us look weak. Like, we think that we're looking like, oh, nice, and we're trying to be all inclusive. It makes us look weak. The fact that we're so inviting and it seems desperate, like we just want everybody to be at the cookout. We want to be included so bad that we let any and everybody claim that they're white. Other groups of people do not do that. They don't even let you bring other ethnic groups of people home for Thanksgiving dinner from college. They won't even let you, like, I've experienced so much with different groups of people coming from where I come from, and I done seen it all. They are very, 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 very anti-Black. It's crazy. But once again, it's not just because of their proximity to whiteness in the United States of America, because they have these caste systems in their own countries. In Asia, they do not let you be out in the sun without an umbrella and fully covered from head to toe, because getting darker or looking more Black is synonymous with being poor and having to do field work. They look down on people with a tan in a lot of in those Asian communities. We already know what's going on in Latin America. They do it in India or Southeast Asia or the Hindustan people. They look down on the darker complected people of their community as well. It is all over the world. It is deeply ingrained in society. It's way deeper than just white Americans. And I think people need to get over that trope. So when they come here, they bring those same ideologies and they bring the same mindset here. And they see us even less because we're outside of their group. And they've watched us be subjugated and denigrated and trying to kumbaya. We have to become, this is going to sound bad, but to a degree, we have to become the villain that everyone thinks we are. It sounds terrible, and I probably shouldn't say it. I'm just joking. This is for entertainment purposes only. I shouldn't have said that. I didn't mean that.
Can I agree with you?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I think that we have been so kind and welcoming, really good to me. And that's very damaging. And it's like, how many times does someone have to show you who they are for us to just say, okay, just wrap it up? So I think that we're finally at that point. One thing I think of are the biracials. To me, I think about, the prompt that you have here about unity and if it's even a thing. But when you have some biracials, especially, I'm thinking of this Black and brown mix here, the unity, if there was unity, they wouldn't have to feel, or they wouldn't have this this psychological duality or confliction with their identity. I think they would have been able to have like a strong sense of self instilled in them by the mother, who's likely the one is brown or non-Black, oftentimes, but that doesn't happen. And so there's a lot of confusion there with a lot of these people. If there was unity, then that wouldn't even exist. These would be more mentally sound and whole people. But I see that there's a conflict there. And with the man at the speaking at the NAACP, I have to say, we have to not advocate with our genitals. Like, we have to not, because every time I think about this Black and brown, I'm like, who's saying this stuff? And who's in your bed? What does that have to do with how you talk?
That's what I said in my commentary. I said he must be getting some Latina coochie.
Yeah, man, move out the way. We can't be you and your genitals. Move them out the way. We can't be sitting here. This is for our safety. This is serious. So, yeah, I close my mic there. Thank you.
Yeah, and that whole Sarah, I let her see me say I have the power to block your whole ass, and then I blocked her. Because I don't know why people keep insisting that Black Americans have no power. And that is the furthest thing from the truth. We actually can control your mind. We've influenced all of this shit. We do it so good that we don't even realize we're doing it. We have you all calling yourselves people of color. We have you all calling yourselves brown. Bitch, y'all never went by a color. Y'all was never people of color. Y'all copied us. That all lives matter shit comes from Black people. The way you fucking dress, the music you listen to, the way you speak, the shit you use around your house. We are more powerful than any fucking body else on planet Earth. We just don't yield or wield the power the same way because we don't have a demonic, dark colonizer spirit cooking spirit. We use our power for good. We've never been the fucking wicked witch. Ever. That's why I said we need to start. If we, child, I can't. Y'all know what I'm saying. We've been lied to. We've been duped. They've been continuously speaking words over us, and we've been feeding into it. So the only way a spell could work on you is if you believe it. If somebody keeps telling you you don't have power, that is casting spells on you. Words are spells. You keep believing, oh, Black people are at the bottom of the totem pole. Black women are the least attractive. If you keep regurgitating, that is how spells work. We have to stop telling ourselves that story as well. That shit don't exist unless we bring it to power. We have the power to bring things into fruition. We have the power so much so that people are literally on national television saying FBA. Now we're in a space where we're seeing people being called out by their ethnic groups for the crimes that they commit. Did we see that before? No, we never did. Because guess what? We were asleep to it. We're playing into the absorption. We started to wake up collectively and say, no more, we're not doing this. Look at how none of us went outside to fight the ice cream truck people. How much police brutality have we been witnessing perpetuated against our community? Does it still happen? Absolutely. But not at the same scale. It's because we have decided that we were not going to live on that timeline so heavily anymore. And this is what people don't understand. We are very fucking powerful. We are the only group of people that can live in a symbiotic flow with people that used to try to fucking eat them and slap their ass down in the street. Bow, bitch. Bow. Y'all seen that woman punch that white lady in the face at that graduation? This is what we do. They have whole countries where little 5 feet Chinamen come and pick their babies up by the head. Like, how we don't have no power? How we don't have no power and we're in the position that we're in today? Don't let people tell you that. It's a lie.
I think part of what it comes from too is we're a peaceful people, and we know that peace is not something that comes easily or cheap. And we always consistently choose peace, right? Unless you do it like, again, it's in our language. Don't start nothing, won't be nothing. I choose peace. I choose whatever. And we thought we were under the assumption that everybody else was choosing peace too, because as long as you're not doing nothing, I'm not doing nothing. You know what I mean? And we're seeing that no, all this time you were on the attack. And it's like, and this isn't like being derogatory to anybody else or nothing like that. It's like a gnat fluttering around. If the gnat goes and stay where it's supposed to stay, okay, I'm not going to bother you. Why would I chase after you? But if you start like going over my food, if you start going over into my stuff, you start doing whatever, well, now I have to engage you. You know what I mean? But you're still a gnat.
Yes.
And so we have been choosing peace all this time because, and so they think that because we've chosen peace, And again, like I'm a peaceful human. I am a very peaceful human, but that does not mean the only reason that I do not switch that switch is because you do not want to know what will happen if I go to the other way. You don't know what levels I will do if I have to go the other way. So I choose peace. You want me to choose peace. You know what I mean? You don't want me to flip the switch because then it's a problem. And it's not the problem that you think it's going to be. And I think that us as the collective, we're waking up that, hey, we thought everybody was choosing peace with us, but we're not. And we still haven't flipped that switch. And I hope that we don't have to flip that switch. But it's instigating and thinking that we won't, well, that's a problem. You don't see it for what it is, you know? So, but yeah, no, that NAACP guy, he tried it, and I'm happy that everybody looked at him because it's like, dude, are you serious? Like, maybe it's time for you to go ahead and go home because you're not on code. Thank you.
That part. Okay, we got 2 new people on the panel. We have Malik, and then after Malik, we have Shonup. Thank you, Solo. Thank you, CJ. Yes, we have a gift goal at the top. Make sure you send your heart me's. Let's get this live up to 75K likes. Everybody double tap the screen, share the live if you haven't already. And make sure you follow me if you're not following me. Oh, he left. Follow me if you're not following me, and follow anybody on the panel if you've enjoyed the input to tonight's conversation. Shonup, can I have ethnicity? I'm going to give you 3 minutes to speak on the prompt.
Oh, yes, ma'am. I'm a foundational Black American, both sides of my family.
Okay, go for it.
All right, so Black and brown solidarity never existed. Like, if we go back into history, you know, they claim today that they fought for civil rights. No, they didn't. They fought to be white. So, and that's historically proven. And to this day, there's a whole bunch of Hispanics that's in YT supremacist groups to this day. They get on the police force. They do that. See, and that's what we're messing up with all these groups because, I mean, let's look at the Hispanics, the Africans. Let's look at all of them. The Hispanics, they took over the lowrider culture, and that was us. Okay. What I mean by that was there was a group back in the 1950s. They was doing stuff they ain't had no business doing. They was out there taking stuff from people, and they used to lower their cars because it helped them with their, with their little robberies or whatever. So they called them the lowriders, and this was back in the 1950s. That's where the Hispanics got that from. And then, like I said, like look at the Africans today. They're trying to take over Juneteenth, which has absolutely nothing to do with them. We've been too nice. We ain't been gatekeeping our culture. We just been oh yeah, come on everybody. This is a big old grab bag for everybody. Come on, everybody just come on in. Just take what you want and say fuck us. I'm sorry, ma'am. I ain't mean to cuss. My bad. I love TikTok shop. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I touch him from time.
But but that's what's going on right here. Everybody claiming stuff that they didn't. We got immigrants. We got British Nigerian niggas named Nigel telling us about our history.
It gets to a point.
I mean, oh my bad. I'm sorry, but like I said,
Why are you sorry? No, I'm saying it gets to a point that they telling us who we are.
Yeah, that's what I said. Oh my bad. I keep on saying stuff I shouldn't like.
No, I wasn't saying. You was fine. Go ahead.
But yeah, dude, we got immigrants telling us what our history is. We got these goddamn, and then my bad, and then we got all these foreigners telling us who we are, where we're from, all kind, and like then everybody talking about, oh, come on, Hispanics try to say hip hop was 50-50 at one point. I mean, it's getting ridiculous now. Like people are they're getting real disrespectful. Y'all know where everything came from. Y'all seen that Michael movie? It was somebody on Tariq's Space. I don't know if it was earlier today or the other day, a few days ago or something, but he was saying, you remember how mad Joe Jackson got because he was trying to lead a group? That's why everybody getting mad about delineation right now.
Yep. Oh, I heard that. I was in there and I said Jamaica is Jermaine Jackson.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? So that's exactly what everybody getting mad about because if you look at throughout history, they don't have no Michael Jacksons, no Michael Jordans. They ain't got no Muhammad Ali's. They ain't got no Malcolm X's. They ain't got no Martin Luther Kings. They have nothing. None of these other groups.
Yeah.
So they trying to latch on to what we got and take credit for what we done. Oh, we was right by you guys fighting for civil rights. There was a leader, and this is before the Felix. I can't pronounce that last name. The Lulac dude that said, "Let the Negro fight his own battles." It was a guy before him, and he was Hispanic. He said he hate the word civil. Oh, my bad. Hate the word civil rights. I love TikTok Shop. Yeah, so they try to come in and act like they was fighting and doing all this and doing y'all. None of you other groups did nothing. Y'all want proximity to these Neanderthals. So man, come on with that. Everything we did great. Everybody trying to take credit for, and they trying to push us out the door with it. And I'll land. And thank you for letting me up, sister. I appreciate
Of
it.
course. We have Princessa. Can I have your ethnicity? And then I'm going to give you 3 minutes to speak on the prompt.
All right. Well, I'm Hispanic.
Oh,
And
okay. What country are you from?
I am American. I'm from California. My family is from Michoacan, Mexico, and Tepic, Nayarit.
Okay, go ahead.
I think that black and brown solidarity, in a way, it doesn't exist. You guys are right. It doesn't exist, but it does because if you go to certain parts of the country, I feel like there's more of that welcoming type of family dynamic between black and brown. Like here in California, you know, I see absolutely nothing wrong with being black or anything like that, but we still get treated the same. Like I've been arrested for literally nothing. I've been put in detention centers for absolutely nothing. It's we have different skin color, but we don't. It's like black people are also come in light colors, and brown people also come in dark colors. So, in a way, I think that we are the same. In a way,
I'm
during
gonna mute this
yeah,
person. Hold on.
during the slave trade, there was um, slaves being brought from Africa down here to the United States, and um, the slaves that were trying to escape, a lot of them actually ended up seeking asylum in Mexico because Mexico was actually giving them asylum, and I think that right there also proves in history that we have also helped our brother and sisters that are black because we also are black and brown, and we also come in white, but it's only because of the area and region of Mexico that you're from. There's Aguascalientes and Aguas Frias. There's hot areas and cold areas, and sometimes the colder areas produce less melanin. So it all comes back down to, I think we are all the same. We all love tacos and we like chicken, we like rice, I think we like a lot of the same things, and I think we've adapted very well from each other's cultures. There's apparently now there's black people tacos and Mexican tacos. So there has been adaptability going on throughout the years. I just think that people like to single out certain things, and it's always so much easier to hate and blame and say, oh, and all that stuff. And it's harder to see the good things that people have actually done. And it's harder to see, like, it's kind of like the news, Sometimes the news likes to report good shit, and sometimes they don't like to report the stuff like when a Hispanic or a black kid gets shot up. So I just think that sometimes people just like to nitpick at smaller things and say, "Oh, they've never done
Smaller
this, they've
thing.
never done that."
Okay. Twani, I think you should join the panel because it seemed like you guys were exchanging words in the comment section. So yeah, we can't say words like HATE too many times because it'll flag the
I'm
page.
sorry.
But you guys also had slavery going on in Mexico, and black people helped you to fight to protect your borders. And the president at the time would have been considered like an Afro-Indigenous Mexican. So some of you, from what I've learned and from being in Mexico, are colonized by Spain. You speak Spanish. So the ones of you that are white, like you're literally a different race and a different genetic makeup. And I don't know what a cultural exchange is normal, but we've never co-opted tacos or tried to take credit for anything that you guys have accomplished. We don't have racial slurs for you guys. You have some for us. Our families, by and large, hasn't discriminated against yours by saying don't bring those Mexicans home. We didn't run you out of your neighborhoods the way that you all, from what I've learned, what I've read, and newspaper clippings and old press, not press conferences, town hall meetings that I've seen from the 90s up into the 2000s about how the Mexicans were terrorizing black people in their communities out in LA, and also from direct accounts from people that live in LA. There's a guy on here, literally Shonuff. Was it you, Shonuff, that was talking about how you guys used to, or was it Sean? About how you guys used to literally have race fights and conflicts in Cali. Are you still on here, Sean? Hello? Let me see.
Correct.
It was you that said that. So this person is not being 100% truthful when they're saying like, oh, I'm from California and we're just harping on small things. I don't think it's a small feat when Mexican people, men, unalive a young black girl. I can't think of her name, but this is what started like a big, huge race fight and conflict, was that they unalived an innocent young black girl, I think in the 90s going into the 2000s, and throwing fire explosives through black families' windows to get them out of neighborhoods so that they could gentrify it or take it over, or however you want to call it, you know? And these things have been going on a lot from what I've read, from what I've heard, and what I've seen in personal accounts. Sean, if you would like to expound on what you witnessed in California between blacks and Mexicans, you absolutely could, because you seem to be
Hey,
from the
wait,
same region.
before he say one thing, I just want to add this. I went to federal prison when I was 19, and when I went in there, the Hispanics was linked up with the Aryan Brotherhood.
Well, I've never been into any sort of scenario like that, but from what I understand, a lot of prison systems are just set up that way, and I honestly, I don't really disagree with them, because when you are in a situation where you're basically caged up, I think you would feel a lot more comfortable with your own people. So I think
So
that's why
Mexicans
that
are part of the
phenomenon
Aryan
happens.
nation. Mexicans aren't Aryan. They
I
chose
don't really know
a
what
group of
the
people that.
Aryans are, if you guys would like to kind of fill me in on that.
But why
Hey,
didn't you say
you
anything
see they
about
admitting
all?
it.
But no, I'm trying to figure out, why did you choose to speak directly to what he said when he spoke for 2 seconds, and you didn't touch on anything that I said?
Oh, I was going to, but I honestly forgot exactly what you had said.
Oh,
And
because you wasn't listening, because it wasn't a part of your confirmation bias setup.
no,
I get it.
just because I'm a little
I also want to add too that you brought up.
HIGH, I guess,
I also
and
want to add
I
too
have
that while you brought up people going down to Mexico, the time when the Afro-Latino president abolished slavery there, it was within a week before that president was unalived by
Assassinated.
your own people.
Exactly. For doing
And
so.
so it's So using that is not the flex that you think it is. And a lot of people are high on here. Like, so that's not neither an excuse. So because it's the internet, we all get to be whatever we want to be on the internet. So please don't deflect and say, oh, well, I'm because of this. Friend, I'm eating an edible right now. Stick with the topic or sit in the comments. But don't deflect from that. So those aren't the right talking points. Thank you
I'm
for
not really
listening.
deflecting. I think I'm just trying to comprehend what you guys are saying while, because I'm getting a lot of information at the same time. And I'm also on a panel where I'm assuming I'm the only Hispanic. So it's easier to kind of just gang up on somebody and bully
Oh no,
them,
that's not.
just
We're
like
not gonna. No,
everybody
no,
is kind of
no.
like in the
No one is
comments.
ganging up on you. I'm literally the only person that actually spoke after you, and then this one person only said literally he spoke for 2 seconds about the Aryan GANGs and the Mexicans choosing that side when they go into the penitentiary. I did call on Sean. He added absolutely nothing, and spoke for like less than 60 seconds. So to say that people are ganging up on you is diabolical. No one's over talking, no one's cussing you out. We're literally having normal dialogue. And I think I don't like when people come and into my space or into spaces with predominantly Black people and use words like attack and ganging up on, and it's just like you're whistleblowing, and that's not okay. You should really check yourself. But let's get to the next person. If you want to stay up here, you can. Taz, what's up, Taz? Hey, boo.
Hey, Boo. Hi, everybody. I just want to say I came up because the comment about Africans escaping to Mexico and you help them, then the Africans owe you some things. We're not African. And we are so sick and tired of you correlating us with Africans. The most of the Africans went to the Caribbean, and very little Africans came to the U.S. There was about 4 million of us already here before any African or whitey person, for that matter, or Siberian came over here. So when you speak on Africans, you need to go to their panels and tell them how much they owe you, because we don't owe you nothing. I'm just so
I'm
sick of
sorry.
them
I don't want to like
jumping on our
interrupt you too
panels
much,
trying to
but
tell us who we
it
are. We are not African. You do not know us individually. You don't know our genealogy. You don't know anything about us. So to just jump up on this panel and correlate us with Africans is diabolical to me.
wait, I'm so confused
The
on what the
prompt says
problem is.
Black people. It doesn't say Africans. The prompt says, does Black and brown solidarity exist? It has nothing to do with Africans. So
So
for you to
Africans
bring
aren't
an
Black.
African into this conversation is very disrespectful. And we are so tired of it. If y'all want to come over here to be denigrating or to act like we owe everybody something because everybody's getting pulled out by ICE and sent back to where they belong, stop doing that. We don't have nothing to do with that. We support it. For those that are illegal here, we are sick of y'all coming in our neighborhoods, sucking up our resources, and we just
But
tired.
aren't
We
you
tired
guys
of being
basically illegals as
overrun.
well?
We are tired of being overrun. We're not overrunning Mexico.
But aren't
We
you
don't
guys technically
overrun
illegal if
anybody else's.
Africans came from over there to here?
I'm talking. We don't overrun other people's countries. We go visit. I visited Mexico, had a beautiful time, but guess what? I came home. I didn't overstay a visa. I didn't do none of that. I didn't try to live there. I didn't try to hide out. I didn't try to fight their government to make me stay. No, I'm American and I should be in America. I didn't try to do any of that. We don't do that. So for everybody to keep jumping up to us like we owe them something, we don't owe you people nothing. You people owe us a big thanks, because if it wasn't for our ancestors, you would not be able to be here. We don't owe, all y'all did was come and terrorize our neighborhoods. And now everybody want to get up and act like it's an individual thing. We're not looking for needles in a haystack. Everybody's the same. Everybody has showed us that they are not for us, that they're against us. So we're not going to pick people out one by one. We can't do that. Go home if you don't like it.
I'm so confused as to how you guys can think that way when if by your guys's if okay, what you guys are basically saying is if African Americans came to America
They're not
and
African, and
they
I just told you that. And you still
hold
gonna
on. If
disrespect us?
they're
We're
coming
Black
from there to
Americans. We are
here,
Black
and
Americans.
I'm
Don't be
getting there,
disrespectful.
and African Americans intermingled with colonizers, and that means
Consuelo,
that
stop
the
calling us
majority of
African. If
African
you
Americans.
can't be respectful, I'm gonna disrespect you and call you things that's not your name. You don't want me to call you a torta. Would you like for me to call you a torta or Consuela or abuela? You wouldn't like that. So if people are saying don't call us African American, be respectful. Like, I don't know what's going on. Should I drop this person or allow them to speak? What do you guys think that's on the panel?
He's bringing nothing to the conversation.
Okay, then you gotta go. Bye, Torta.
I was just gonna say, just call him what he is. If he insists on being so disrespectful, just he came up saying whatever he said, but that's a dude. So we were trying to
Yeah,
be
when I
respectful.
heard the voice, I said, "Oh,
Yeah. So if that's what you want to do, let's do it like that then. Will you see how nice we are? You see how nice we are? And then they come in our spaces. Oh, I feel attacked. And no, like you said, everything was orderly. No one was over talking. These people are actually, I don't, this is I'm out of respect for you and your panel, of course, I'm gonna watch my words, but these people, the level of comprehension and also just the ability to emotionally regulate just isn't there. How they comport themselves, I've been, had some drinks and well, not yet, but I mean, if I know I can't hold my shit, like I'm not gonna come up here and embarrass myself in
hello."
front of everybody.
But like Kiwa said, I think that was just a cop out.
Yeah, it was. So it's like it's very lazy. These people are very intellectually lazy, mentally lazy, just late in every way. All the you don't work hard, so yeah, they're lazy, and it's just that I call it that it's like a third world. We're the only first worlders. I stand on that. We're the only first worlders. We have all these third world people. They or 3/5 of people because they projected everything that they are onto us. Now they're just all around us, and we're just like this pristine group of people and we're having to wade through all this muck and mire and filth just to get these people away from us. But that's what that is. There's no unity, and these people are dumb. They are very dumb. Like
And somebody said that he said we were illegal. I don't know where the fuck they get this from. How are we illegal, bitch? The ice cream truck is not after Black Americans. If they were, and if we could be deported in mass, they would have been got us up out of here. Literally. Let's get to Bell in. Can I have your I'm about to say, can I have your underscore? Bell, can I have your ethnicity? And then I'm gonna give you 3 minutes to speak on the prompt.
Okay, hi love. I'm Belle. I've been here before. I'm Ethiopian. I live in Ethiopia.
Okay.
I have been to the US. But I say to the Africans, just leave this topic alone to the Americans. As a guest or as an immigrant or as a student, however way you get to the US, you're not American at the end of the day. You're African. So this is not your topic. This is not your fight. Just be who you are. Whatever the reason you're out there for, live your life and leave this topic alone. I mean, I live in Ethiopia. I don't have to deal with anything but myself, people who look like me. There's no brown people. There's no white people. There are some other Africans. I mean, the white people who are living here are expats. They leave when the term is done. I'll be driving around where I live in Addis Ababa. I would come back home without seeing one single white person the whole day. So I'm not gonna relate to this topic. Why do I have to act like just because I just arrived in the U.S., I'm part of this hereditary struggle? I'm not part of it. So if any African is listening to me, I mean, I am for the Black American struggle. I mean, if we're not contributing right, just leave it alone. So I agree with the Black Americans feeling that Africans are not part of it. Maybe the Caribbeans can feel a little bit more the Black fight, the Black American struggle because of their proximity with the border sharing and everything. But coming from Africa, like traveling miles away, our struggle is totally different. I mean, my country's struggle is tribalism, has nothing to do with colorism. So if I get to the US for whatever reason, going to school or got a job or whatever, I cannot be just an American the day off because I'm not, and I'm not gonna feel what's been spoken on the table, on the dinner table of Black Americans. I cannot relate to that because I'm never part of it. So for Africans, I can say just leave this topic alone and just if you're in the US, just mind your business and try not to act like what Trump says has nothing to do with you. Definitely, it's between Black Americans and browns from Mexico, whatever they are from. So I say I agree with this prompt. Africans should just mind their own business, live peacefully, stop like imposing, saying, "Oh, I'm part of this." No, you're not part of it. We're not part of this. So I'm for it. Like I said, my struggle is totally different from Black Americans, and I shouldn't be acting as if like I'm part of it.
Okay.
And
So
I'm glad you blurred the thing because I don't read any insults or anything, so it helps to finish my thoughts. So I like this white or whatever blurred comment box.
you can't see the
Thank you.
comments. I could see it crystal clear.
Yeah, no, it's good because sometimes it gets distracting. So it's good though. But yeah, this is my take on it. Africans just live your life and do whatever the heck you do, and just don't be, intrusive. Because the struggle is totally different around here. So I land on that. Thanks.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think it was even necessary to come here and say that, but I guess you just wanted to join the panel because there hasn't. Well, early on there was some like an African that came up here, but it is neither here nor there. Did who else? It's nobody else new. Did anybody else want to chime in?
Only reason I joined in is because you said Africans stay out of it, and I just when I was scrolling, that's what I heard, and I just said,
Oh, you
"You're
must have
right."
been here earlier when I was saying that because that guy came up here and started talking. Okay, I got you.
Okay, that's why. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. Thanks.
I want to chime in if I can real quick. Is that okay?
Of course, go
I
ahead.
just,
It's open.
I
It's open
just,
panel.
okay. I just want to say she mentioned that the struggle is between Mexicans and Black Americans. No, it's not. Our struggle is our own. Everybody needs to go back to their respected homelands and leave us alone. We don't have a struggle with these people. These people have a struggle with themselves. This is our country. We mind our business. We do what we got to do. We're delineating. That's our choice. We are making sure everybody's clear on who we are, what we are, and what our ancestors did in this country. We're tired of being disrespected. And we do not have, it's not between us and them. It's between them and ICE and every other immigrant. We don't have nothing to do with that. Stop trying to include us. Don't get mad because we don't want to be involved. Just like you said, you did say that right. Just leave us alone. Africans too. We are not you. We're tired of them saying that. So just leave us alone. That's it. We can't say it enough. It's really, really getting frustrating, and it's really like we getting fatigued from this. It's ridiculous how they have to center themselves around our conversations. I'm done.
Did anyone? Let's get this live stream up to 100K likes. Everybody, double tap the screen. Make sure you send your heart me's in. Add to the gift goal. Wait, let me refresh the gift goal. Hold on, give me 2 seconds. I hope everybody had a great weekend.
I just want to add for that last person that came on. It is what we're seeing collectively, right, is we're seeing the last dregs of like and I speak in parable and analogy. We're seeing the last legs of a cornered animal trying to fight its way out. That's why the patterns are always the same. Some folks, like that guy that first came on, first he started complimenting. And then once he didn't get what he wanted, then he started attacking. And then because why it's the fight, flee, or fawn, right? It's the same cycles over and over again. And the person that just got kicked out, they came in with fight, and then when they saw that they couldn't fight, they tried to fawn / flee with saying, because again, like using like, oh, the chicken and tacos and gummies, because in their head it's like, oh, well, these are all the bad things, so I know that the black people are like it. And it's like, friend, no, we're smarter than you, we know what you're doing. And so you're trying to do that same thing, but it's the same behaviors over and over and over again. And I don't know about anyone else, I don't get on here to argue with folks. I get on here to either educate or to have a conversation. And that disingenuous behavior is no longer going to fly. It's not what's going to be acceptable. And as Black Americans, we moved on from that. Like, just again, that last little punch about saying that we're illegal. It's like, hey, friend, if I stand next to you and the ice cream truck comes by, who's going home? Who's going where? You know what I mean? Like they'll take you someplace. Don't worry about it. You know what I mean? So, but that's not what it is, and they know it. It's like the last scraping, the last fighting of a wounded animal who knows that they're backed in a corner. And that's why we're seeing all this out-of-pocket behavior. Thank you for listening.
And you know what's crazy? That the Mexican Consuelo is in my comments right now saying, oh, people are being haters. And it's just ridiculous. Like, I don't know what these people want. I really don't know. Like, why are they lying, pretending as if we've ever had black and brown solidarity? That's a blatant lie. It is such a lie. I'm so tired of these people lying. Please block that person. But the Mexican person? Are they in here right now still? No, they're in a and they're underneath the video that I made on the NAACP. The guy saying that they're underneath the video. They just left a comment 9 minutes ago.
Can I add something?
Sure.
Oh yeah. So there are some, because this is a move we are delineating right down the middle. So in every level or at every level, this is necessary. It's important. What comes to mind just really quickly is who we support, who we throw our support behind. And I can't help but to think about the arts, and more specifically, music. There are some artists here, and they collaborate with some of these people, but just on every level of life, we can't offer help. We can't let anyone tag along. We can't collaborate, and anyone who's willing to do that cannot have my support. And I hope that we all think about who we do support when it comes to what we're working towards and what we're trying to do for ourselves and as a people. So, I think about, like Kendrick Lamar, a few other artists, but, now, like, these people know. So just watch watch how you move, to the artists or whatever they decide to do, because especially here in Los Angeles, they try to, their music is terrible, firstly. But anytime they get any kind of motion, it's only because a black artist has put them on. There's this man, Glasses Malone, he's a producer, he's one of those people. And this is the thing, like a lot of I have to say it, sometimes when it comes to rap, so I have to say it, with the black men who would be majority of the artists, they don't see anything wrong with collaborating with these people, and it's very, very harmful. I can't support that. And I hope that they'll come around to see and understand that your entire community is not with that. So, you're going to have a stain on your reputation if that's how you decide to moving forward. So who do we support? Where does our money go? What music do we listen to? Who are these people collaborating with? They can't be putting these people on. That's not what we're trying to do. So that's something we got to pay attention to.
Okay. Would anyone else like to chime in? Is the panel is open?
Hey, but you see what I said? Oh, my bad, brother. Real quick, you saw what I said earlier when I exposed that what they do when they go to prison.
Mm-hmm.
You see, you see, old boy said, "Well, we feel better around our own."
Mm-hmm.
So he just basically just admitted, like, yeah, okay, yeah, we YTs too, and that's all I gotta say. And I'm sorry, I'm sorry, brother. Didn't mean to butt in front of you.
Nah, no problem, brother. Hey, I was very intentional when I said him, because he didn't really have a rebuttal to what you were saying, so he tried to get into some trolling. He kept throwing out the African word and all that stuff. And then when that wasn't working, he's tried to turn from a Consuelo to a Karen Suelo, and that didn't work. That's all that got. Play the same bag of tricks over and over and over again. That just further shows y'all that these people are not fours and they never will be. There's no black and brown solidarity. The only black and brown solidarity I can think about is maybe a Reese's Pieces peanut butter cup. That's about it. That's all you're going to get. Thank you.
Okay. This is crazy, you guys. Like, why is there so much gaslighting and lying going on? How have we been asleep at the wheel? I try not to lay blame to like the generations before us, but they really like was asleep. And I think it's because of what Hiwa was saying earlier and what I was also saying. We don't have a colonizer mindset. Like, we just literally wanted to live, in unity and be left alone and raise our family and have friends and work and have love and party and enjoy life when everybody else has all of these weird hidden agendas to take over the world. We literally we gotta, I don't want us to change as a people, but we have to. Like, operating in the all-inclusive mindset has not worked for us. No one else plays by those set of rules except for us. We gotta stop. We have to stop. It does not benefit us at all.
That's true. Can I speak on that real quick?
Sure.
There's absolutely no swapping, no substitute, no replacement for the moral legitimacy of our people. But we can't allow that to be used against us. If we're going to be a people that show love, we got to add that tough love before that, right? We have to make these people show forth and prove, and we dictate the terms of what that looks like to be an ally. Until we start having those serious conversations and come at this from a position of power, we can't have solidarity with nobody whatsoever, point blank, period. But I say all that, and I'll say this: we don't live in a vacuum. We do have to come up to the table and deal, right? We're going to have to deal on not only the national stage, we're going to have to deal on the world stage. So we're going to have to form, I would say, associations. I wouldn't say alliances. We're going to have to deal. Russia has alliances with China and so on and so forth. We as a people are going to have to look to other groups of people for agendas that we can align on for a short period of time. But we have to have the wherefore and solidarity amongst ourselves to punish them if they break the alliance. And until we do that, we're going to be like sitting ducks. It's getting that real.
But why would you say that? I mean, why would you say that? We've already done that. It's gotten us nowhere, like Love Jones just said. We don't need to align with people who don't give a damn about us, people we can't trust, people that have no get up and go, people that have not built anything, people who flee from their countries instead of fixing them, people who kiss up white supremacy's ass. We're not, we're totally different people. We don't need to align with anybody that's not like-minded. All we need is ourselves. We don't need to align with people that's gonna backstab us simply because they don't like us and they want to be us and they want us to be them, and they want our culture and they want our history and our innovations. We don't need to align with none of them people. They've already gave us their behinds to kiss, and that's it. It's over. It's over. We
I hear
can't
all that
trust
shit.
them.
I was thinking more of a world stage, like that's what I'm talking about, business wise, right? Okay, you got this resource, we got this resource, let's trade. That's what I was talking about.
They scam and they scheme. We can't even trust that.
Listen, we're gonna
For
have
them
to
to
start thinking.
scam us like they scamming
as a
all
nation.
of Black Americans that's in Africa right now. All of them are getting scammed. They're talking about sending those people back, and those people didn't do nothing to them. All they do is
I said the
scamming and
world
scheme.
stage.
They go all over the world scamming and scheming. Every single country that they go to has now got bans and don't want them there. They are actually sending them out. And these are the people you want us to do something with? Why us?
Well,
Let
me ask you a question,
the
Sissy.
country
It seems like you're putting words in my
one
mouth, and I'm
second.
trying to figure out
Let
which
the
particular
countries
people
where
you're talking
all
about.
the Africans actually went to, let the Caribbeans do that with them. They're all like-minded. All of these people act the same. They all came from the same stock. We don't have to align with them.
Go back and replay this later.
I
man.
agree,
Really
sister.
listen to what I was saying. Really listen to what I was saying. I wasn't talking about alliances just for the alliance's sake. I was talking about us thinking of ourselves as our own nation. And every nation looks to form some type of association with other nations for benefit. And we have to do that. We don't live in a vacuum.
We
simply
have
don't.
enemies all over the world. I'd rather align with a white nation than align with one of our melanated ones because they dislike us
Yeah,
the
and I didn't
most.
say anything about a melanated nation. That's you putting words in my mouth, or that's just your thinking. I said the world stage is more than melanated people on the world stage. There's white people, there's the Asian people, and there's other groups of people. I'm talking about strictly business sense. We have to think of ourselves as a nation within a nation. And if we're doing that, we're going to have to move like other nations, make temporary alliances with other groups of people. Like Dr. John Henry Clark said, we have no permanent friends. We have no permanent enemies. We only have permanent interests. We have to look after our own interests. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying K for Africans or nothing like that. That's what you're putting on me. That's not the case.
Hey,
If I can
brother.
add something
Hey,
really
brother.
quick.
Hey, I'm sorry, sister. Go right ahead. I just want to tell brother. Hey, look, we need to clean up our own backyard first. We got our own COONs we got to deal with, and we got tethers we got to deal with. And then once we clean up our backyard, then we can start looking into getting into alliances.
Yeah, and if y'all listen to me, I said that we have to have solidarity with ourselves first. But you guys just listen to respond. That's all.
I feel like I get what everybody's saying. So let me just repeat what I'm hearing. I hear what you're saying, in that yes, long term we're going to need to make trade agreements within our nation, right? Us as a nation we're going to need long term agreements. That's long term planning, and I think a lot of us, with the conversation that we're having right now, is short term planning. So what you're talking about, at least from what I'm hearing, is long term planning in the future once we are able to get our house clean and get our affairs in order. Right now, we're at the step of us as a collective trying to get our affairs in order. And so I think that's why you're getting this pushback, is because you're talking distant long-term planning, which we do need that as well. But we still have many variables that are missing before we can get to that goal of long-term planning. Because right now, we have certain things that we got to get off this checklist before we can even get to that pass. Because if we get too far out in the future, we're going to miss what we need to do right now to even get there. If that makes sense. Is that what you're saying? Like this, because this
We
is
have
long
to have the strength to hold people to an alliance. I said all that. People are just not simply listening because they have their own agendas and ideologies they want to place on me and put words in my mouth that I didn't say. But it's cool though. Maybe you can go back and listen to the recording and take what you can, chew out the meat and spit out the bone. You know what I'm saying?
My thing is we're delineating, and for even you must be Pan-African. Are you a Pan-African? I'm asking. I'm not being disrespectful. I'm
No,
really
I'm
asking.
actually not. If I was, I would definitely say I was. I'm not a Pan
Okay.
African, no.
Okay, no problem. My whole thing is this. Why we're delineating, like she said, we're getting our stuff together. We're weeding out all of the people that dislike us and want to harm us. And here you come. We need to unify. And no, that's not what we're on today.
I didn't
Maybe
say anything
100
about
years
you.
down the line, we need a 100-year break from all of these people. Maybe 100 years down the line, we'll have our grandkids do it. But right now, that's not the goal. The goal is for us to get us together.
I would agree, but again, you're putting words in my mouth. I said anything about unity or none of the sort. I said down the line, and you said that, but then you circle back and say I'm talking about unity, and I'm not even talking about immediately. I'm not even talking about the next 50 years, maybe not even the next 100 years. We do need to have our own solidarity. We need to have the strength to back up any type of or else we might place on any other group of people that we decide to associate with. That's what I'm saying. But please hear me. Don't put any words in my mouth. Okay? That's all I ask.
You said align and come together at a point where we're talking about delineation and standing on our own and weeding out all these bad people. So when you come right after that with that, it just kind of like dampens the whole mood and it goes back to why we don't like tethers, because that's what they say.
I get you. But I'm not talking about immediately. Again, you're just going to have to go back and re-listen to this conversation. And if I said anything of that sort, you can hold me to it and I will stand corrected. But I didn't say anything about immediately. I was talking long term. I hope you guys get that.
Right.
It's just a waste of time.
Back and forth and say long time. So don't act like jump to a conclusion. You jumped in at a point in the conversation and you just started talking. One time did you say long term? So don't put words in my mouth because you never said that. And if you wanted to be understood that way, you should have led.
Yes, indeed. It is what it is, lady. No harm, no foul. I got you. Point taken. But definitely not a Pan African, and I'm 10,000% behind delineation. Plus, I'm part of the Black Majority State movement where we're working in a couple different states to take over those states for our people and our people only. So I'm serious about this.
We need to get into a space where we literally can be at least 80% self-sufficient. We've been put into a position to where as the Black American community has been destabilized so much so we don't even realize it. In our communities where we populate, there's literally not very many Black-owned establishments for us to even go and buy food from. So we really got to start there. Like these immigrants literally are rampant in our neighborhoods. And for us to completely delineate, we have to have some type of system or something in play so that we can move forward effectively and still be able to feed our families and get our goods and services and our basic needs met. Now, I don't know how that's going to start. There are pockets where we do have businesses and we do have stores, like there's some Black-owned stores in my neighborhood, but not as much as I see the Hindustan people with the corner stores or the Arab people with the corner stores and the Chinese people with the fruit stands. Like they really literally infiltrated it in a way that they've established themselves as a necessity in our communities. And that is something that, we were asleep at the wheel at, but they were also incentivized to do it by the government. We know that. So it's not like it's just our fault because we didn't want to open up shops. We weren't given the same resources, grants, loans, etc. that immigrants were given upon stepping foot in this country. So that is absolutely something we need to really look into, building and creating more brick and mortars that are run and operated by us. And I know it's easier said than done, but there's a lot of things we need to talk about off the internet because I don't think we should, but.
Something that I also want to throw out. I'm so sorry. I feel like I'm really chatty today, and thank you for listening.
No, go
Something
ahead.
that the internet is really good at. So, I know Miss T Monique had a thing that she put out, and it's literally all the black farmers within the United States, so that you can buy your stuff depending on what's, and it's all state by state. And then I don't know. There's a couple of accounts that I follow on here that that literally has list of black owned businesses, and there is literally a way for us to meet all of our needs. It's possible. It takes extra steps, right? Because anything worth having takes extra steps. That there is a possibility for us to get our needs met, for us to get to that. Like there's like I've just being on TikTok, I've seen black owned toilet paper, black owned laundry detergent, black owned tea companies, black owned, all these different things that are there that I just gotta wait a minute. Like I can't get it directly from Amazon. You know what I'm saying? But if we prioritize and we work it that way, the pieces are there, right? It's just getting the logistics of us to get it to there. So all of the things that you're talking about, like even like there are even like ladies that sell wigs, hair, and lashes and stuff that are on social media and that are black owned. Like Juvia's, what is it? Juvia, that's a
Oh,
black owned.
Juvia's place is they're Nigerian, I believe.
Cat dog. Okay, well let
Yeah,
me stop
I
talking
used to
about her.
support Juvia's Place heavy, and then I saw how they were prioritizing non-black, like even not even Africans. They was prioritizing Latinos and Hispanic models. There was a bunch of women that was complaining about not getting paid. Jackie Aina, who was also a Nigerian American, she had it out with Juvia's Place because she said that they didn't fully support black people. So I have pallets at Juvia's Place. I was going hard supporting them because it was under the guise of black owned. I didn't even realize that I was like supporting a Nigerian. I believe they're Nigerian owned cosmetic brand. And that's the thing I was going to say, is that lots of times we see things that are solicited and promoted to us as black owned, and it's not black American owned. So how do we even like start to separate? It's just a lot. It's a lot. Swanee, if you don't send me a motherfucking let them cook, then we gonna have beef. This is the second or third time I done seen your ass up here giving everybody a goddamn diamond, a jewel, a gift, and I ain't hating because they deserve it too. But you don't support the host? Where we do that at? Let's get this live stream up to 100K likes, everybody, and absolutely support the gift goal up at the top. And yeah. I know you fucking lying. Girl, I ain't lying. I'm fine. Thank you, CJ.
Hey, you know something else too? Hey, something else too, y'all ladies need to get on. Oh yeah, something else too, y'all ladies need to get on. You know the Asians got a monopoly on what's that what you call that where you buy your bundles and everything at the health
The beauty supply store.
Yeah, the beauty supply store. Yeah, they got a monopoly on that. Cause it was once I was working and my daughter was riding with me, and she was like, "Oh, they got all kind of beauty supply up in there." And they went up in there and they were like, "No, you gotta have a business." And there's some Asian people running the place, and they were like, "No, you gotta have a business to buy stuff in here, like they sell in bulk or whatever." And that's when I looked into it, and I was like, "Damn." Like shit, they got a stronghold on that.
They
Like,
do. And also, it was these two young black girls that opened up a beauty supply store, and they had to go out of business because the Asian vendors would not sell directly to them. They refused to. And the thing is, like, we have so much power. Everybody keeps saying y'all don't have no power. We have like almost 2 trillion in spending power. We help a lot of these niche markets and corporations and mama shop businesses stay in business. Without us patronizing their shops, they would not be in business. Because who is predominantly the consumers of the hair and beauty industry? It's black women. So I think
hey,
we need
host.
to utilize our power, the power that we do have more, and really start to like spend where we're appreciated.
Hey, like what I was getting ready to say, we need to take from the other people business models. Look at it. They just sued a website called findablackdoctor.com.
Mm-hmm.
They sued them because they couldn't get their YT asses on there. And then look, come on, they sued Rudy Huxtable for the Fearless Fund. Cause she was trying to give money to black women that wanted to start businesses.
You
I
know
mean,
what?
huh?
No, I was gonna. I don't want to cut you off, but we need to play the game the way they do. We need to put stipulations and clauses in there that make it so that it's only for us. You know what I mean? Like instead of saying black, we could say urban. You know, instead of saying
Oh no
it's
no no
only
no
for
no no! How you
whoever.
get
Like
around it? Hey, no, how you get around it? Look, it's constitutional. You can't do nothing based on race. You can do it based on
that's what I
lineage.
was saying, but
So,
you cut me off, and I ain't really
oh
talking
oh
at
oh
you.
oh,
I'm
my bad,
literally
sis.
saying you can't say race. That's what I was gonna say. You have to just play it the way that they do and use different verbiage and different words. That's just basically it. And we just have to discriminate. That's the problem with us. We don't discriminate the way that other people do. We are too fucking inclusive. That has always been our downfall. We have to discriminate against people. That sounds fucked up, but at some point it gets to a point. And I shouldn't even be saying this on TikTok. I'm just joking. I don't mean that. I'm just joking.
I mean, because honestly, that's just like me. Oh shit! I'm sorry, sis. I
No,
didn't
go
see
ahead.
you
Go
was coming
ahead.
off your mic. That's like me suing the Fearless Fund because basically how they played it was they were like, oh, she only doing that for black women. So at that point I could have sued because I'm black but I'm not a woman. So I could be like, they discriminating against my gender and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that was some cold bullshit. Like, you know what I mean? They was like, I mean, shit. They don't want us to have anything for ourselves. And then it was another one they did. It was the hold on, there's the Black Doctor site when they sued. I'm sorry, I can't remember her real name right now, but Rudy Huxtable lady. Yeah, when they sued her, and then it was a tennis player chick. She threw a party just for black tennis players, and they trying to slam her online right now. We look, remember when that thing was going on where they was talking about, hey, oh, he finna bring back segregation, and all us was talking about, come on with it. They won't let us segregate. If we all left tomorrow, they'll follow us.
Maybe we should try it and see. At some point, position ourselves to be able to actually see. Oh, that's so cute.
Stronghold in certain areas of this
You're the
country
gentleman.
and just make sure it's just us. Like they did when they made the Black Wall Streets.
They're not gonna let us do that because our spending power in this country. They say we down there got $2 trillion spending power in here. They ain't gonna let us
No,
go
you gotta
home
stop
to.
saying that. You gotta stop replaying that story. At the end of the day, there's already communities that are fully black. We just don't, it's just not on paper, like, oh, only black people can live here. But it already exists in pockets around this country. There's an all black town, I think, where is it? In Alabama, where everything is black people. You don't see
Oh no,
any
it's
other race of
Mississippi.
people.
It's
Mississippi, yeah.
Mississippi.
I
It's
think so. So
it's
it's
starting to be.
happening. Yeah, so it exists. We don't go to those places, so we don't see them as often. And we keep thinking about it as if we need to name it an all black town. Or we need to say this is only for black people. We can't do that. The same way sundown towns are able to exist in 2026 is because they don't call them a sundown town. It's just something that is quietly spoken and that people know because they establish themselves as that. But they don't call it that. They legally can't say you can't come live here because you're an N-word. But what's already known don't need to be said.
Hey, that's what my sister used to tell me. What's known don't need to be explained. So, like you said, shit, we just need to move in silence and shit, and just do all this. And yeah, you're right.
We also need to look into private membership associations and see what the legalities is around that. I was on stage with some white tees, and they were talking about setting up actually, the dude was actually in the news. I forgot his exact name. I got a couple back and forth with that dude. And they set up a private membership association so they could tell black people they can't come into their little development that they were developing for all white town. And it actually checks out for everything he was saying. And then the research me and my people had afterwards, private membership associations is something to look into.
Yeah, the Ozarks out there in Arkansas. That's where they started that little that little YT town. Yeah.
And no one gave a damn. We did not care.
I don't want to go out there. Shit, I won't go nowhere near it. I'm glad they actually identifying themselves. Shit.
Yeah, so the point don't get lost is just to look into private membership associations and see that we could use that to keep people out of our business.
Yeah, someone said, stop talking about our stuff online. I agree, but we're not getting too in depth. Like, it's not like we laying out, like, you know, a whole bunch of plans. But I think just to even skirt around these ideas, like, people don't even think like this on a daily basis. So for the people who need to get this message, or who even need to think to, like, do research, or even, you know, think about these things, they're gonna get whatever it is that they need to gain from this conversation. But I don't think that we need to be specific or go in depth and into detail about certain things on the internet. I do agree with that. But we absolutely have to get, we can't keep playing in this matrix. It doesn't work for us. Like, oh, who you gonna vote for? It doesn't fucking matter. Either way, we don't go to these people with any goddamn thing. We don't have the right representation to demand or to advocate for us in a way that we need to be advocated for. We see what's happening with the Black Caucus and now with the NAACP. These people are not for us. They're just pretending like they're our mouthpiece and like they're speaking on our behalf. But in reality, it's this all inclusion type of shit. And it's getting to a point because we are the only ones that are being left behind in the scenario. When everybody is included, we're the ones that is not benefiting. But they continuously use us as the mouthpiece. They use us as the face. They use us as the scapegoat. They use us as the moral compass. They use us as the example. They use us as the blueprint. We are getting used. We are a host to a bunch of parasitic ass groups of people, and we're not getting anything out of it. We are not getting anything out of it. And we have to stop that.
You left out that they use us as human shields too. That's what they're trying to use us
absolutely,
for.
Absolutely. But what are we gaining? What do we gain? But people, you know, demeaning us, talking down on us, continuously saying we ain't shit, throwing up this weird statistical per capita shit up in our face to absolve their communities of any wrongdoings. Just negative stereotypical tropes, bad press, bad propaganda. What are we getting? Was somebody about to say something?
I was saying ethnocide.
That part. What are we gaining? And we really have to think deep and be super introspective, even on an individual level, because in real life, we interact with people all the time. And people are vampiric to us in real life too, on an individual level. We don't even think about that. We're just moving along to get along. And we're naturally kind people. And it's crazy how we got the reputation that we have when that's really not us at all. If we were like that, we would be running the fucking world. If we were committing all the crimes, if we were terrible people, we would be running the world.
No, but you gotta look at, like you said, like that's how Thanksgiving started in the first place. We invite everybody to the cookout. That's what our problem is. We keep inviting everybody to the damn cookout. We gotta stop doing that. Like
I agree.
we don't yeah, we don't need all these allies, and we don't look, we always stood alone and we fought alone, and since the beginning of time that's how it's been. So that's how it needs to be now. We don't need none of you other groups. It's 2026. Y'all ain't still with us all this damn time. What we need y'all now for? And guess what? The people that they kissing up to, they're turning against them now, so that's why they're like looking at us like, hey, where y'all at? Like, nah. Do y'all, that's who y'all want to be with? Y'all go over there and yeah, we good over here.
But I have
Oh,
a
y'all are
question. Even as far as Thanksgiving, why do we even celebrate that? Because truthfully, that has nothing to do with us.
it don't, dude. I had that
It has
conversation with my
nothing to do with
son.
us.
Yeah, it don't. Cause like I said, like thing they did, they sat down, they had dinner with them folks, and then they backstabbed them. They
No,
did
but
all
you're
kind of
talking
stuff
about
to.
Christopher Columbus, right? Are you talking about
What?
Christopher Columbus celebrating America? I mean,
I guess
excuse me,
well
discovering America?
they say it was the Pilgrims and all that
He
shit.
never
So
came
whatever.
here. He never came here, though. So it was all a lie to begin with.
Oh,
Thanksgiving for
I
us
see where you're
and
going.
what they based it off of in our school days, the McGraw, that was all a lie. Christopher Columbus didn't discover America. And you can't discover a land people was already on, for one. But he never came here. He didn't step foot in America. So that's the thing. It's like so many different lies out there about what really happened here, the holidays it's just too much. And we have to
You know,
sort
you
our
know,
stuff out.
when I be arguing with tethers and stuff, and they be like, "Oh no, you are African," and I'm like, "Look here, bro. We are the only group of people on this planet that they reclassified several times. Like we got reclassified 3 or 4 times. We the only group on this planet they did that to. So obviously they're hiding who we truly are. They don't want us to have no claim to this land over here. So that's why they had to reclassify us so much. Because I'm 44 right now. They ain't start calling us African American until 1988. So I was about 7 then. I was like 7 years old then. So obviously y'all are hiding something. And don't everybody know? I mean, anybody got a brain knows, like, okay, yeah, these people, there's something special about these people, because why they keep on messing with them. And then everybody hate us for nothing. We did nothing to nobody, but everybody don't like us.
2026 is the year of us doing our due diligence in everything, in our politicians, in where we're spending our money, in who we're like. It's like the year of us doing our homework in a different way. Like we can't just go and I can't just go and buy a makeup palette anymore. Now I got to go and research the founder and do their social media and everything. But you know what? That's par for the course, right? Like our ancestors, predecessors had to go and do some stuff. And if the worst that I got to do is make sure that I got a short list of folks to get the stuff that I need to support my people, then I'm on the internet anyway. You know what I mean? Let me go ahead and do that, because then I know that I'm making it for a thing, because I'd rather have one of us have our money than it to go out to somebody else that's going to hinder us. And it is 2 a.m. for me. Thank y'all for listening. Stay blessed and have a good
Yes.
night.
Yeah, we about to get out of here soon. It's 2 a.m. for me too. This has been a great panel. Does anybody else want to chime in before we get into the final thoughts? No? Okay, let's do final thoughts. Go ahead, Shonuff. Final thoughts.
Oh no, I mean, like I said, we just for real, we need to kick the lineation in the hyperdrive. I mean, honestly, and like she said, we need to stop shopping with these people. We need shit. I started on my Facebook because I got all kind of followers on there. So shit, I had to go through all those and get off of those pages that wasn't one of us. That's what I said. We need to kick this up. Like, cause look, that's why they're here. They're only here because they're using them to undermine us. So once they realize that they have no more usefulness, then the YT's gonna do our job for us. And I'll land.
Okay. Well, Mike, you up in here? I see you clicked on.
Yeah, I just wanted to say I appreciate the room and I agree with all the points that were made. And I'm glad you highlighted that Christopher Columbus did not come to the USA. A lot of people misconstrue that. That's it.
Okay. Sean, go ahead. You can give your final thoughts.
And thanks for letting me speak and everybody that spoke. I appreciate your input. Any pushback that was given, I appreciate that as well. I'll say this, as Black Americans, we need to look to have solidarity amongst ourselves. And first and foremost, we get that down pat. We keep pushing this Black American Renaissance, and I think everything else will start to fall into place. It starts with the ideology and the actual love we have for one another. And we can't let any petty grievances or anything like that get in between that. And I appreciate y'all. Everybody that spoke, I learned something. Everybody gave pushback. I learned something there too. Have a good night, y'all.
Good night. Someone says exactly, we keep talking, let's get into motion. People are absolutely getting into motion, and we've never talked like this before, ever, in my lifetime. So I want to keep talking, in addition to action. But you have to plant the seed in order for the trees to grow. We've not ever had these conversations with each other, ever. This is just the tip of the iceberg. What do you think they were doing during the civil rights movement? They were talking and talking and talking and talking. And then they started communing in churches. And then they started getting on buses and going city to city, county to county, community to community to talk, while simultaneously putting things into motion. But you have to wake up the masses. If a lot of us still think that we have Black and brown solidarity, or that we all continental Africans, or that skin folk is kinfolk, then we ain't ain't shit gonna happen. Because a lot of people really do think that we still have camaraderie and alliances and community with people that come here to take, and that come here and would never ever pour back into us. And it's unfortunate. Individuals from each community has a propensity to be a good person, or somebody that could be an ally on an individual basis. I will say that. I'm not going to say everybody from every single group is just horrible people, because I don't believe that. However, as a whole, these motherfuckers are putting on for themselves. We've not done that. We've never had these conversations, ever. I was honestly afraid to have conversations like this maybe 5 years ago, because I was told that my career would be over. I would never be able to make money on the internet. Even 2 years ago, do not talk about politics. Do not talk about race relations. Do not talk about the LGBTQ. This is what I was being advised. So me personally, I'm in a space where I feel emboldened and empowered enough to even host panels like this. And it is not the easiest. I could just, like I said before, get up here and just do my makeup all fucking day and do a TikTok dance. I'm a cute woman. And I probably would be brand dealed out the ass. But I feel like this is what I'm supposed to do and what I'm supposed to be talking about. And I follow the path of least resistance. And this is just naturally who I am. I ain't no monolith, I'm multifaceted. I have different layers to my personality, and this is a part of the journey. So some of us are absolutely supposed to spread the knowledge and talk and bring awareness. That's just like you have people that are news anchors. The news anchors are the news anchors. They report the news. Then you have people that are a part of the military. The military is the military. They go out and do combat. Then you have people that are the nurses. They nurse the people, the doctors. They help the people that went out and do the combat and got hurt. And then the people that are on the news, they report on it. We all have a part to play. We all have a part to play. We all have a part to play. Going to town hall meetings, talking, writing. That's all a part of getting laws passed. The fact that now, you know, so many of us identify as FBA just by talking about it. Now you turn on the news on the national television and you hear them saying foundational Black Americans. So talking absolutely is a manifestation tool that helps to aid in the progression of whatever you're trying to create and manifest and bring into fruition in the physical realm. Your voice is a tool. Don't ever think that talking is just talking. Talking is also casting spells, so you got to be careful of what it is that you say. That's why I keep saying, we do not need to keep saying we on the bottom. Ain't nobody fucking with us. We can't do that. They not going to let us do that. Who the fuck is they? We haven't tried to do shit like that because we allowed ourselves to be stuck in that story that they going to blow it to smithereens because they did it before. And it's like, when do we break that spell? When do we paradigm shift from that? We ain't never gonna make no progress if we keep living that same story. This is why they keep showing us movies of us getting our ass beat as a fucking slave, because they want you to believe that. They want you to be in a subservient, submissive role when it comes to other groups of people. When in real life, Black men is beating white men's ass. Black women is beating white women's ass in real life. Without no firearms, without no weapons. They not just, come on. Some of them are in shape and well-trained, but majority of them motherfuckers eat McDonald's and drink Mountain Dew all day. They not winning. They are not winning. The average person, y'all already know, I don't even gotta say it. Black men are naturally athletic. Just be playing basketball, come out the womb with a six-pack. Hello? Is anybody home? Hello. It's genetics. It's a cellular and it's also a spiritual thing. We already winning. We just have to stop telling ourselves that we're not. We have to stop telling ourselves that we are on the bottom because it's a lie. It's like that movie Dumbo with the elephant that was tied up to a little ass chain. And the only thing it ever saw was his shadow. And it had no idea that it was as big as it was and that it was an elephant. The elephant saw itself as a little mouse because that's what it had been conditioned to be. And then one day, the elephant found out that I'm a fucking elephant. It's a psychological game. We're working to master, and everything they say is a lie. Exactly. Don't take me back to kindergarten. Oh. We need to go back because as kids, we literally have imaginations. We live in these worlds that we create in our mind. And that's why they like kind of force us out of being imaginative. And they make us sit in these fucking, as you start to get older, everything loses color. It's programming. Everything is bland. Every office you go into, there's no color anymore. Once life starts to become more dull, your creativity dwindles. You have to fight to keep that shit alive. And the only thing that creates innovations, inventions, art, it's literally as simple and as basic as your imagination. Your imagination is not simple and basic, but the idea of it's not some cosmo psychedelic shit. Like, it's literally just your imagination. And we got to start creating again too. We have to start creating shit. I know all of us got some shit that we could make. We have to start being creative again. Now is the time when all of the focus is not on us. and we have some breathing room and some space, we need to get creative so we can start to change the world. We do it by default, but we need to intentionally do it. Okay, let's get to Veronica. Veronica, final thoughts.
Yeah, thank you, Miss Love Jones, for having me. You have the best spaces, and just listening to you speak, no other group of people are having discussions like this. Just thinking about, diving into ourselves to make the world a better place. Everyone's very individualistic and, tribal, and again, it just speaks to the humanity of our people. So I really appreciate your words and having me. And no, there is no solidarity, and that is okay. And I hope that we don't try to force it or do some mental gymnastics in our own minds to make the square fit into the round hole. It's just what it is. There is no black and brown anything. There never was, and that is just fine. And we have to be clear on that for our own safety. There's no malice, it's just there's no solidarity, and they don't need to be in our spaces, and we don't need to be contributing to any of these people in any way. We just need to withdraw altogether, and that's just what it is. So we don't need anyone else's solidarity, or we don't need solidarity with anyone. We were just fine. We were great. We were thriving when none of these people were here. The things that we created and built, and the communities that we had, and the infrastructure that we had, that's actually how we work best. So if these people would just get out of our way, that's all we need. Really, we don't need the solidarity. They're like an anchor on, they're like a weight, I just want them to get off my back, get off our backs already. So no solidarity is needed or wanted. And thank you again for having me. I hope you get some rest, and I hope you feel better. Thank you.
Thank you. Taz?
Yeah, she's right. She both what you said, Love Jones, is so on point, and what Veronica said, yes, they're like holes in the bottom of our boat in the middle of an ocean. We will only sink with these people around us. And one thing I want to say is that we, like Love Jones said, we can't move in fear. And we got to think, what happened to our ancestors when our cities was taken down? They didn't have the laws in place that they have now. And we don't, we need to, we already have predominantly Black neighborhoods, because those people don't want us in theirs. They don't even want the immigrants in theirs. They keep sending them to us, right? So most of us live in our own communities. Most of us live in Black communities. Why we can't start there? Start building up our own community. Start opening up stores in our own community. If we can't afford that, if we're selling things, sell and buy from our own communities. We can start there. I mean, that's a start. We start small and then it grows big. It's like rolling a snowball down a snow hill. By the time it gets to the bottom, it's going to be huge. And we have to start somewhere. We have to stop giving these people our money. Stop eating at these restaurants. For one, we don't know what these people are doing to our food. We know that majority of them come from situations in their countries where it's not sanitary. They bring those same customs over here, believe it or not. We have to stop eating from these people. We already know these people don't care for us. Why will we spend our money in their restaurants? Why will we poison ourselves willingly? We have to stop that. And just, we got to be strong. We do have to stick together. We're going to have disagreements. Nobody's going to agree on the same things. We don't have to HATE each other because of, we don't agree on something. But, we got to be able to talk it out and move on. And that's it. Solidarity. We have to not think about anybody else but ourselves, because these people are not thinking about us. And I have a challenge for the immigrants. My challenge is, for those of them that act like we have so much solidarity and they so down for us, don't vote in our politics. Don't vote for Democrats and don't vote for Republicans. Skip out on voting. You want to help us? Don't vote. If it's not all about you and you're not voting for these people because of the benefits you get out of it, then if you really, really with us, stay out of our politics. Don't vote and don't try to be elected for anything. That's how you help us.
You know they ain't about to do that.
I know, but I'm just
They ain't
saying,
about to
prove.
do that.
But thank you, Love Jones. I love your
Absolutely.
side. You know you my girl. I love you to death. Love all my
Yes.
FBA fam. Be strong, y'all. It's a long road ahead. Delineation and reparations is coming. I can feel it. We just gotta be
Something is
patient. It may
coming,
not come when we
Taz.
want it.
I
Huh?
don't mean to overtalk you, but something major is about to happen.
Yes, it is. It is.
Because it's way
I
too much.
wholeheartedly believe that.
I do too. It's way too much discourse and conflict, and everybody's crashing out over us literally just saying we're not African. Like this is
It's
that.
crazy.
What the hell is going on?
It is crazy. It's absolutely, and when we have paperwork that can prove that, they have, it's so much G-side and reclassifications and ethnicide that's proven. And these people still will regurgitate the same nonsense over and over again. But like you said, that's a part of spell work. They keep repeating it as if it's going to change the way we think or how we feel or what we know. That time is over. They can't do that to us no more.
And it's just
We don't believe them.
crazy to see how many of us are literally on the same page. Even if it's not exactly the same paragraph, we're for the most part, even if some of us are calling ourselves indigenous, American, Solon, FBA, it's still under the same umbrella. You know what I mean? Like it's like wow, like
Yeah.
we're like this is amazing. I'm really curious to see where this is going to go because it's going somewhere. People would not be so up in arms if it wouldn't be
If it wasn't.
that part. Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for joining up. You can't send a message.
Can I just say one more thing that's
Sure.
really amazing?
Go
What's
ahead.
really amazing for me is seeing our elders
Oh yeah.
start. They are telling us they with us, they understand. They are even calling out the parts where they could have done more so we wouldn't have to go through this. They are talking about their indigeneity and how they know our elders 70 and 80 years old is getting up on our panels in solidarity with us.
Yes.
They used to be Pan-Africans. And they are seeing the light and they're pointing things out to us that we may not have noticed about these political parties and how the government has always screwed us over. So I'm happy about that.
Me too. It's what a time to be alive. What a time to be alive. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. I enjoyed this panel. We always got some hookups, some hiccups. You know what was funny? That girl, I don't know if she's Ethiopian or where she's from, but she came in here just to say that this wasn't none of her business. What the hell? She like, yeah, Africans should just stay out of it. I was like, how are you gonna come up here just to tell us you ain't got no business up in here and this ain't got nothing to do with you? That was very interesting. Life is a movie, you're starring in it. The world is a stage, you are at the center of it. It gets greater later. Do not cry over spilled milk. The only thing you can do is if you wake up tomorrow with breath in your body, be a better person and do something towards your dreams and your goals and your growth. Keep going. Spread love is the Brooklyn way. Make sure you guys are, if you're catching this on YouTube replay, like, comment, and subscribe, and share my video, bitch. Bye.